But I tell my kid all the time, out of all the 8 billion people on the planet, your dad is in the top 3 cool people. Out of all of them. And he's like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. It's fucking
I feel like this is going to backfire profoundly one day.
Yeah, I was talking to my buddy Dan about that today. And he says, with you and the way you lead your life, like, how is your son going to rebel? Like, he's going to go to college and get a good job.
He's going to be Alex P. Keaton from Family Ties.
How was he? I don't remember.
You don't remember the concept? The Family Ties was like they had kind of hippy-dippy liberal parents, and then Alex P. Keaton was like their conservative son that was like on the debate team. Like young Reaganites of America.
Nah, see, I think I'm one of those dads where my kid is going to try to emulate me throughout everything, every step of his life.
His whole life. He's never gonna rebel.
Never.
That's all right. Maybe you're right.
I mean,
you could be right.
I mean, I fucking hope so. Because I'm cool as fuck.
You do walk the line.
I walk the line. In terms of what?
Like, I mean, you walk the line between, like, annoying dad cool and then just, like, not give a fuck cool.
Right.
And I think there's something to that when you're raising a child.
He's got to see it. He's got to see it all. You know how many threats of violence?
Here's the
creative threats of violence I tell my child.
If he does rebel, it'll be very temporary.
Right.
Or it will be a rebellion that you approve of.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and I'm going to tell him when he's a teenager, because I've already told him, like, look, dude, rule number 1 in life, people are stupid. And the stupidest people of the bunch are teenagers. And you're going to be a teenager someday, and you're going to drop IQ points. Like, you're going to get stupider, because that's just what happens. And all I got to say is this. If you're going to do any crimes, don't be dumb about it. Right? Like, don't go commit crimes and post it on Facebook.
Do you say, I prefer that you don't do crimes?
I mean...
More like you're alluding to that, I guess.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna do them, don't be stupid.
See, I get it. I get what you're saying. You know,
I'm not gonna tell my kid to not do crimes.
Right. Okay.
I mean, but I'm not gonna tell him to do crimes either.
No, I think that there's a lot of righteous crimes.
Sure.
I think a lot of crimes you could commit, and it's like, I'm doing this for the greater good.
Yeah, right.
You know, so...
What did you have in mind? What kind of crimes do you describe?
I don't know. Like, I think people should do mushrooms once or twice in their life. That's a crime.
I think, like, public urination and sex in public is fine.
Keep in mind, at one point in time in history, helping to free slaves was a crime.
Absolutely.
You know, hiding Jews in your attic was a crime.
That totally was.
In America.
It's still illegal to hide a Jew in your attic, against their will, at least.
Yes. We did find out the hard way.
Ask Rick and Morty, right?
Like, we are trying to write Anne Frank the musical.
We're going to need you to stay in this. No, you can't go home to your family. You need to stay here in this attic. No, you're going to stay here, okay?
And we want to capture the emotion.
Do you see this
desperation?
Do you see this armband? I'm not fucking around, little missy.
Okay.
You're staying in this attic.
All right. Where are we going with this? Okay.
I don't know.
I'm a good dad. Here's what I was going to say. Here's what I'm going to say. 1, don't hide Jews in your basement unless there are Nazis.
As long as they approve.
As long as it's a consensual.
It has to be consensual.
It has to be a consensual Jew hiding.
Yes, that's fine. As long as they're okay with it, it's all good.
You listen to the Not For Everyone podcast. My name is Snobby Bobby. No, but what I was going to say is that's one piece of advice you can tell your kids.
I already had a good piece of advice.
But if you're
going to do crimes, don't be dumb about it.
My father did not offer all that much advice to me. Go figure. I was Googling how to... the night before one of my first kind of serious job interviews, I had to Google or YouTube how to tie a tie. If that puts things in perspective.
I don't think my dad taught me how to tie a tie.
I mean, I learned. I figured it out. Maybe he taught me self-reliance.
Maybe so. I mean, look, I was a criminal for fucking 15 years. I mean, I never convicted. I was just a phone salesman.
That's the best kind of criminal.
In criminal operations. I mean, the people that owned the businesses that I was phone selling for were criminals doing criminal shit. I was just a telemarketer.
That's what my wife works with, kind of the sweat hogs of just like kids.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
The problem children.
The problem children.
The John Ritter kids. It's just
my
spawn
wife
of Ritter.
Works with John Ritter's kids for a living.
Right.
And I always they're kind of, rough and tumble kids. And my wife's like, they're super smart.
Right.
I'm like, they're smarter than all of us.
Right.
They're committing crimes.
And they're getting away with it.
And some of them are not getting away with it, but they learn something from that. And the particularly savvy ones, I want to be like, just pull them aside and be like, you just need to learn how to work Wall Street. You know how to do like white collar shit You could legally commit moral crimes, but legal crimes or non-crimes.
Yeah. They're not even a crime. If you're doing it on Wall Street, it's not even a crime.
No.
You're doing bigger criminal shit than any fucking nickel penny shit you do on the quarter.
You work that hustle. Don't work the street. Work the fucking...
The Wall Street, dog.
Yeah, damn.
It's the only street you ought to be working.
That's the cold open, motherfucker.
Boom!
Thrill me. You know, there's gorillas in these woods.
Mortis, what's that?
It's all on the reflexes.
Chicken's good. I like chicken.
I'd buy that for $1.
Die in the wind.
Die in the wind.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
I drink your milkshake.
Carpet Day!
You make me want to be a better man.
I'm running this monkey farm now, Frankenstein, and I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my time!
See you at the party, Richter!
No, but what I was going to say is my father, like the few bit of advice he gave me was like, right before I left home, he just pulled me aside and was just like...
Is this why you clamor for his recognition so much?
No, I don't give a fuck. No, I wasn't deprived of that at all.
Sure.
He's probably texting me right now.
Of course he is.
But before he let me spread my wings into the world.
Right,
I wasn't under his roof.
His tutelage anymore.
Like the last thing he said to me, ever. No, the last thing he said to me was, look, he just leveled with me. You know, he just pulled me and said, look, just don't do anything fucking stupid.
Right.
And I knew exactly what that meant.
Right.
I still did a lot of stupid stuff.
Of course you did.
But that still sets a kind of a governor.
Don't do anything stupid.
Just don't do anything stupid.
I mean,
like,
you know
you
what?
can do stupid
Your
stuff.
dad seems like he's given the advice that like people in movies where like dad went and bought a pack of cigarettes and never came back. Like that's the only bit of advice that he gave. The only difference is your dad's still in your life.
dad's like,
it has been the whole time. Has given you no good advice.
If you're not first, you're last.
Right, and this takes off. No, but your dad's been there the whole time. This is the only advice he has.
There's
like,
other shit like that, but that's the one that was like perfectly simple and to the point and totally made sense. Like it's just this perfect. Just don't do anything fucking stupid. You're saying is you're not like condescending your child when you say that. You're basically saying you're smart. Don't do anything fucking stupid because you're smarter than doing.
I mean,
stupid
Bobby,
shit.
I'm glad that you've
But I'm
like
not.
spent years really reading into the throwaway sentence your dad told you when you moved out of the house.
I was trying.
Don't do anything stupid. Like that's the worst. That's like the most asinine piece of advice you could give a child. But in your mind, because that's all your father's ever given you.
What reminded me to tell you about this is the fact that you just told me during the cold open that this is what you told your child.
I know. I'm just trying to be a dick.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gaslighting me.
No, I'm trying to make you feel like your dad doesn't love you.
I've come to terms with all that kind of stuff.
Fair enough.
You want to talk about that for a second? Like,
Sure.
Because for a long time, for a big chunk, it was like I was like maybe teenager to into my 20s. My dad was not into saying "I love you,"
No,
and I knew that.
Right.
So I would always make it uncomfortable. Like when you say, "Give it," like, "Hey, Dad," he's like, "Whoa," like, "I love you." He's like, "All right, bye."
Wow.
That kind of thing.
And that's why you get like that. You clam up every time I tell you I love you. You clam the fuck
No,
up.
it's just like it is weird to hear that from another grown man, whether it's your son or your dad or your friend or whatever.
Is it?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, come on, Bobby. That's
Unless
you're
you're
hiding shit here.
No. Unless you've
This
slammed,
is obviously a Bobby
unless
therapy
it's saying
session.
fucking you're not getting my Bud Light, Johnny.
What?
I love you, man. Like a drunken one, that's fine. That's whatever. And it's great. It's great even if it's not drunken. But I'm just saying,
you were raised in a world.
Personally, I'm just like, yeah, all right, cool.
Listen,
Cool, buddy.
Bobby. I'm cashing in my years of therapy to psychoanalyze you.
Okay.
So you were raised in a domicile where it's not cool for grown men to love other grown men. Do you think
it's not that it's not cool? It's just involuntarily uncomfortable to acknowledge it.
Sure. Do you think that's why you're
there's not a judgy side of
right?
this.
Sure. But do you think that's why you're a closeted homosexual right now?
Possibly.
Okay.
Quite
fair enough. We're making a breakthrough. We're making a breakthrough here, folks, on the Not For Everyone podcast.
We need to talk about your apartment.
What? It looks like this room. What the fuck? That's it.
You're listening to the Not For Everyone podcast. My name is Snobby Bobby. We are back. I feel good about this already. Right in front of me, we got Crude Rude Dude, the Merchant of Besmirchment, the Specimen of Sexativity, the Pork Chop Moon Man, the
Bishop of Blasphemy,
Czar of Mediocrity, and the new one from, I believe, James Finch. The
Bishop of Blasphemy.
I think it was the Baron of Blasphemy.
Baron of Blasphemy, even better.
Bishop of Battle.
I went, like nightmares. Yeah, Battle Bishop. I don't know. Is there any more? The lowest common denominator.
The lowest common denominator.
That's a good one.
Crude Rude Dude.
Yeah, there you am. Adam, here I am in the flesh.
Oh my God, we're so excited to talk about Galaxy of Terror. This was a request. It is the audience recommendation time of the year.
Yeah, that time of the year.
And if you go to the Patreon and you are a Patreon supporter, we're definitely going to prioritize your requests before anyone else. Got a lot of good. We
got some good.
We had a successful year last year. This year is fucking awesome too.
What did we succeed at?
What was it? There was a lot of. It was like Brazil and. There was a few others that were like, our audience likes good fucking movies.
Where's my spit bag?
You don't get it. Adam just left the room looking for his spit bag.
You can't just have me in here without a fucking.
You got to close that door. It'll fuck up the quality of the sound in the room.
God damn it. Just give me a fucking spittoon or something, Bobby. Trash can. I don't give a shit.
Adam, can we talk about something for a second here?
Yeah, sure, shoot.
You're spitting. You spit a lot. Like, for people that don't know, okay, Crude Rude Dude, who we just named off all the stupid nicknames for.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait for you to get.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm a situation.
For people that don't know, what are you? Let's see. You're like 5. You're like 6 foot.
6'1".
You're 6'1". You're a pretty tall guy.
Yeah, pretty tall guy.
Balding pattern.
Yeah.
But you're holding on to those last wispies there.
It's my ghost hawk. It's the ghost of a mohawk.
Ghost hawk.
It's good.
But you are a spitter, is what I was getting at.
Constantly. I'm just always hacking shit up.
Have you always been a spitter?
Yeah. Whole life. I mean, there are people. There are people that I know that like I remember. They're friends of mine from Florida, and they're like,
they came out of the wombs.
They see me after a decade, and they're like, "Oh God, I forgot how much you spit." And I'm just like, "That's what we do." My buddy Rob, right?
You drink a lot of water. Does that dehydrate you after a while?
I get phlegmy, and I refuse to swallow, so I just spit it out.
Wait. So wait. Does this have anything to do with the fact that you smoke Black and Mild pipe tobacco cigars all the time?
That might have a bit to do with the accumulation of what I like to call the splunge.
It's a vicious circle.
It is. But I remember being a little kid in elementary school, and you
were smoking Black and Mild.
Yeah, just nonstop, like 2 of them a day. But no, when I was a little kid, I've always had bad allergies, right? Like I used to have allergy shots. My nose just always doing something.
Oh, my allergies.
Yeah, sinuses and shit. And so when I was a kid, I'd like spit, but then I would swallow it because I was at school and I couldn't spit it out, and I'd get stomach aches from digesting my own mucus.
Yeah.
And that like kind of, and I was like, in fucking 5th grade, right? And I was like, oh God. And from then on, I've just spat.
You're listening to Not For Everyone podcast. I'm going to put that out there right there before I ask this next question.
Oh, there's another question.
Okay, so you almost have this spitting fixation because you were so.
Is it psychoanalyzed Adam time?
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So you were so, as a child, you were so you were spit repressed.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Not because you couldn't do it. You can't spit at school. You think there's like a kid in elementary school that like the teacher's like, here's the trash can, the local room trash can. If you need to spit, just spit in there.
I was that kid.
Did they give you a trash can?
I'm pretty sure I had a trash can.
Shut the fuck up.
I'd always have like napkins in my pocket to blow my nose or spit in.
Oh, that's so gross.
I mean, it is what it is, right?
It is what it is. I don't want to make things even more gross, but here goes.
Let's hear it. Yeah, I'm excited.
I have a theory that, like, if whatever your weird thing is from childhood comes out in a sexual nature later.
I've spit in a lot of girls' mouths.
I knew it.
But they want you to
They
do
asked
it. They asked for it. Like, spit in my mouth, daddy. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, my theory was correct, and I don't want to explore it any more than that.
I mean, but look, but let's just say I've never been like, let me spit in your mouth, honey. Like, that's not something that
get
gets
it on
me
the
off.
record now. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not,
like, they have to be very diligent about it.
if we're in the moment and the situation arises, fuck yeah, I'm game. But it's not like I'm like, that's not a fetish of mine, is spitting on chicks.
Right, but you don't dislike it either.
Sure, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, of course not.
You're listening to Not For Everyone podcast. My name is Snobby Bobby. Right in front of me is the Crude, the Rude Dude.
We already did
and
this.
We are in episode 128.
100 and something.
Something like that. Glad to be back. Glad to be back in the habit, back in the New York groove.
If we're at 120 episodes, and let's just say that
it's a little more than that.
If we did an episode a month, basically we've been doing this for 10 years, Bobby. This is like 10 years of our lives.
We have been doing one a month.
Yeah, for like 10 years. It's crazy.
We're gonna see those numbers blow up any
second.
Are these Altoids in here or is this weed?
No, there are Altoids in there. I do carry my weed in there, so there's probably gonna be weed nuggets amongst the Altoids.
I like the way you work.
So yeah, if you ever see me in public and ask for an Altoid.
Do I want an Altoid or do I want this weird dry nugget of swag?
It's not swag. And even if it was, you'd be so lucky. So anywho, what are we doing on this show? We've had therapy hour.
Well, one thing I do want to do.
I mean, I pay good money for therapy like that, Bobby.
One thing I want to do is plug the Patreon, patreon.com/not-for-everyone.
Do that.
We haven't put much out lately because we haven't put much out lately. Is that fair to say?
We already went over the apologies and excuses section.
Right.
We're moving on.
One thing I want to talk about tonight, Adam,
okay.
I just want to get your take on this.
Sure.
This is an article in Rolling Stone magazine, which is a fucking horrible rag of an entertainment magazine.
I hear that's a thing. I've heard of it. They named a band after it.
Yeah, no, I think it's the other way around. I don't know if it's related, to be honest. But here, let me give you my thoughts on Rolling Stone magazine for a second. Aside from its like propaganda for Gen Xers from California type
What
shit.
the fuck are you? Just tell me what you're talking about instead of bashing Rolling Stone. I don't care.
Rolling Stone is the one that's like,
we don't care.
Like top 100 guitarists of all time, and number one's like Eric Clapton.
So what?
I mean, I'm just painting the picture if people out there listening are not familiar with Rolling Stone.
Okay.
Why do you got to get all fucking judgy? I thought we were having a good time tonight.
We are. You just keep going. I want to hear what you're fucking talking about.
Let me fucking go. Here's the article. Rolling Stone, the most anticipated movies of 2023.
Oh, wow.
I just want to go through a few of these and get your
Yeah. Let's get a hot take on them because I've not looked at this. This is all fresh.
All right.
Here's
the first one they list off here. Mm-hmm. Magic Mike's Last Dance. That's already out. That came out 5 days ago. Have you seen Magic Mike's Last Dance yet?
No, I have not.
Did you take your kid to that one?
Yeah, let's take my kid to the male stripper movie. I've never watched any of those Magic Mike movies.
There's more than one.
This is the third, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
I heard they're good. I like.
I've heard
I
they're
like
good too.
Channing Tatum.
You know, I hated Channing Tatum for a long time, and then I saw that dumb fucking 21 Jump Street movie. And I was like, all right, I kind of love him.
Dude, I was just thinking about that
funny
movie the other
shit.
day.
It's funny as shit.
Talk about a snobby Bobby rule of life, principle of life coming into full fruition.
Sure, what?
21 Jump Street movie, I was like, this is going to be horrible.
Right.
Then I watched it, I was like, I'm going to watch that again. Like right now, because it's really funny. All right. Let's go to the next one here. So you're not going to see Magic Mike's?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a bet on this. You are gonna see this movie.
Okay, let's hear it.
You want to take a bet on that? I say that you are, and you have to take the side of you're not gonna see it, and I'll give you 5-1 odds.
Sure.
All right, what's the bet?
We're betting money on this now? This is a whole different thing than just what is your take on this movie?
Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm going to bet money on this with you. And
if it's a movie you know I'm going to go see, why would I agree to a bet that's just going to cost me money when I'm going to have to pay to go see the movie anyways?
How about this? If you don't go see it, I'll make you a cheeseburger. If you do go see it, I'll make you a cheeseburger.
I'm in. All right.
All right,
Sold.
it's called Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quadrophenia.
Quadrophenia. I have tickets to go see that tomorrow.
Quantumania.
Quantumania. Yes.
You're literally going tomorrow, aren't you?
Tomorrow. I already have every MCU Marvel movie that you love to hate on. My son and I go see it the first night.
Well,
All of them.
here's what I will say.
Except Captain Marvel.
I gotta say,
He pointed
of
that out
all
today.
the like Avengers expanded universe, Ant-Man is easily my favorite.
You know, I'm real excited.
I love
about
a
it.
Paul Rudd.
Uh.
I love me a Paul Rudd, and like he's very well branded for like Marvel's type of humor.
He's a funny guy.
But it's like family friendly, but still kind of edgy. Like Ryan Reynolds is very similar with the Deadpool stuff as well.
Sure.
I wouldn't call it family friendly necessarily, but you know what I mean. Like those are well suited actors for the Marvel universe to make them entertaining. Same thing with Chris Pratt. Okay, I might see this. Two words: Michelle Pfeiffer.
Can I throw in a word edgewise about this movie?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I thought you'd be happy about me getting excited.
No, I'm good. I'm
for this
excited.
one.
I'm excited that you're excited about
I
this.
fucking hate these movies.
What I'm excited about is because I'm a big fucking Marvel nerd, is that Kang the fucking Conqueror is going to be the bad guy in the movie. You know who Kang the Conqueror is?
I don't.
He's like a time traveler. And like, he just conquers like whole universes, like whole timelines. He just conquers shit. Because he can travel through time. He's got like a cool gun. He's got a purple face. He's badass. And back in the 80s, they had those shitty little like Hasbro action figures. And they had one of Kang. And I was like, who the fuck is this weird Kang guy with a purple head when I was a little kid? I remember playing with the toy and thought it was so cool. And now he's going to be in the movies. Kang the Conqueror, folks.
Would you have said that, like seriously, everything you just said there, that there was like a hot lady in the room, would you have said that exactly?
Yeah.
Those exact things?
Yeah, pretty
All right,
much. Yeah.
cool.
I ain't scared of who I
So
am.
Adam's excited for
Kang the
Kang.
Conqueror. I tell my son that I named after Kang. Kang.
Adam's excited for Kroll.
Kroll the Conqueror.
Kevin Sorbo.
Hey, man.
All right, here's another one. Cocaine Bear.
Oh, yeah. Totally excited about Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear, it's one of those ones that's like, it's inspired by, it's kind of, there are bears, so this is a real true story.
I mean, I don't know whether it's a true story.
I don't know the true story,
I don't know.
but they say that it's like inspired by true events.
Oh, everything was started by true events. You know, you can just throw that in any movies.
Yeah, everything, there's nothing completely original, you know?
Mm-hmm. Some shit you just can't make up, like Cocaine Bears. I don't know. It looks funny. It's the fact that there's a movie coming out in theaters called Cocaine Bear makes me want to go see it.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go see it on cocaine.
I like that we're getting back into a phase of, fuck it. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like everyone tried very hard from like the 90s into right now.
The 90s.
Because there was a lot.
Have you ever seen Ghosts of Mars?
Yeah, that's
Ain't
true.
try that
That's a fair
fucking hard.
point.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. But Ghost of Mars, like something like Ghost of Mars, or even a bad movie from the late 90s, early 2000s, like they were still trying though. I would argue.
In the 80s, it seemed effortless.
In the 80s, it was just like cocaine-addled nonsense.
Yeah.
And like, you know, we're product kids from the late 60s and the 70s. We're just going to fucking go. Fuck it. Let's go.
Right.
I feel like we're getting back to that. We're getting back to some more fuck it, let's go.
Fuck it. Let's go, man. I mean, I agree. The world we live in now, like, it's crazy. It's crazy to me that the biggest blockbusters now are comic book movies. Because this is what I wanted my whole life, you know what I mean?
Oh, you're happy about this.
I'm happy about it, but at the same time, I'm like, okay. Can I get something else?
Well, it's weird because like nobody really embraces anything unfamiliar. Mm-hmm. Well, like for the general public, at least. Like they tried to do what was that like? They tried to spark off like a new sci-fi thing, like maybe 10 years ago.
Dude, for a couple years there, they tried to do
Earth AD.
They've tried to do so many,
Some
like
shit like that.
the whole like late 2000s teens
Earth
too.
AD is from like 1996.
Wait, is it? No, but I mean like the late 2000s, the teens, right? Everything was trying to kick off new sci-fi franchises.
And they just gave up. It's not we are sleeping in the bed we made. You know, because they did try to do new shit for a while.
Sure.
I'm going to give Hollywood the pass in this sense. They tried to do new shit for a while. And nobody fucking was interested.
Like what? Like when and what?
Now, like we were just saying, like the early 2000s, they would take a lot more risks.
Nah, dude. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, they're like, let's make a Hunger Games. No, let's make another one like the Hunger Games, but it's like the Maze Runner. No, let's make another one like the Maze Runner and the Hunger Games, but something
Oh,
like.
dude, they've always done that, where they find a theme and milk it. We're talking about a goddamn Roger Corman movie tonight, for Christ's sake.
That's true. But he did it with such panache.
Right.
He had zazz.
Well, you know what he had was
zazz.
Fuck it, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, Cocaine Bear sounds good.
Cocaine Bear, I'm in. So 2 out of the 3 so far, I'm down for.
All right, Creed 3.
Nah, I never watched the first 2.
I didn't know there was a second one. I do like the Rocky series, and I do love me a box. I don't know if you know this about me. I vaguely follow boxing.
Right.
I like Tyson Fury, and I watch those matches. But I love a fucking boxing movie.
Sure.
The Fighter, fucking Raging Bull, Rocky.
You know, the Rocky movies.
Ready to Rumble.
That's a wrestling movie. The Rocky movies are pretty good. Like the first 2 Rocky movies are real good.
Oh, they're both legitimately like Oscar-worthy, amazing films.
And by the time we got to Rocky 4, like the Drago famous one, that's a pretty cheese dick fucking 80s machismo
That's
movie.
a canon movie. It's not a canon movie, but it's a canon movie.
Right. No, absolutely. But the Rambo movies, I really relate to and love a lot more.
Really?
I love the Rambo movies very deeply. Every single one of them for their own reasons.
I'm not going to like argue with you on that whatsoever, because I'm just way more familiar with the Rocky movies than the Rambo movies anyway.
Dude, I rewatched movie recap Rambo, the 2009 one or whatever.
Oh, that movie's fucking amazing.
It's fucking so awesome, bro.
Yeah, let's fuck Creed 3 for a second. Let's talk about Rambo.
Rambo, John Rambo.
Rambo might be the franchise with the best batting average.
Yeah.
There is no Rambo movie where we're like, fuck that movie.
No, there's no Rambo movie.
There's no Rambo movie
where Rambo sold out. It's like every Rambo movie is Rambo to the fucking core.
Even if it's different from the other ones or whatever. I've never not been entertained or pissed off by a Rambo movie.
Right. Pissed off and like
even
a
the
good way.
new one.
Dude, that new one is sick.
I was trying to tell my dad about that. He's like, wait, it's a Rambo movie? Mm-hmm. And I was like, yes. He's like, with Stallone?
Old man Rambo.
I'm like, yes. He's like, but he's old. I'm like, yes. Watch Rambo Last Blood or the fuck it's called.
Last Blood.
But yeah, the 2008 one was like, Rambo's back, baby. And it was back when it was kind of that style. It's like post Sin City. Like it's kind of got this weird grit, almost like newspaper grit to it.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, go watch
I just watched it.
Yeah, it's got that like early 2000s.
Sin City was black and white.
I know, but it's like they're trying to do something stylistic, like with just,
it's kind of like, yeah. It's like washed out.
Yeah, or like, remember, what was that horrible movie, The Spirit?
Yeah. No, Rambo was not like that at all.
I know, but it doesn't look like a normal movie, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Even a normal action movie. Rambo's fucking awesome. All right, Creed 3, we're not going to see that one. All right.
Now, all the Rambo movies are good. Watch them all.
Now, here's one that I am interested in. It's a new dinosaur movie with Adam Driver.
Ugh.
That's the man, according to my mother, the ugliest man in the world.
He's an ugly looking dude for sure. No, I've heard that this was a thing, but I've not watched.
65.
It's called 65.
It's called When I'm 65.
The number, the number 65.
Yeah.
Is it spelled out or is it just the numbers?
It's referencing 65 million years ago.
When they just call it fucking 65 million years? If this was in the 50s, it'd be called 65 million years ago.
And it would have Raquel Welch, R.I.P.
Oh, we miss you, Raquel, already. I've had so many boners. Some of my earliest confused boners.
Her body's not even cold yet.
Exactly.
You listen to Not For Everyone podcast. My name is Snobby Bobby. I'm going to see 65. I think 65 looks
You just
fun.
want to watch any dinosaur movie, Bobby.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I wouldn't go see it in the theater. I mean, I don't know. You know what, though? I bet you dimes to dollars is better than Jurassic World Last Dominion.
This is what I was going to say. We haven't seen a dinosaur movie since
The last Jurassic World movie.
The Jurassic World, like the whole Jurassic Park. There's like Raptor and shit like that, and Roger Corman. Was it Raptor or something like that? No. Carnosaur. Carnosaur is what I'm thinking.
Am I wrong to say there have been no big budget dinosaur movies other than Jurassic Park since Jurassic Park?
Correct. I think that's right.
There aren't any other big
I'm not
dinosaur
counting
franchises.
Godzilla or anything like that.
No, but then there's that 10,000 BC thing. But that wasn't even dinosaurs.
That Roland Emmerich. No, that was,
it was dumb as shit.
It was horrible. I saw it in the theater.
I did too.
I saw it in the theater at like the height of my snobby Bobby film hipster.
Yeah.
I'm like, ugh.
Dude, the CG in that's so terrible. I just can't. I can't. Do it.
I'd probably love it now, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I loved like Independence Day 2. I was like, this movie's horribly wonderful.
Wow.
So
what's this movie about? Tell me about the Adam Driver dinos.
It's something to do with time travel in Indiana Jones. No, it's something to do with time travel and the Dial of Destiny, and Adam Driver's in it, and there's like a little girl on this planet.
Short Round.
And it's played by her name's Short Round. She wears a little Yankees cap.
Dr. Jones.
She's really good at poker.
Okay, so this isn't Temple of Doom. It's not Temple of Doom, Bobby.
She learns that. So what happens is she learns that Adam Driver is like
you're just making up a plot.
Possessed by the cult of the dinosaur, the thuggy dinosaur.
Wow.
And she learns that if you stab Adam Driver with a torch, it wakes him up out of his evil slumber.
His evil like coma. His evil like.
And they have to find
coma.
3 stones from Shiva.
Is that what you do? Mecha Shiva,
return them to a village to bring life and children back to the village.
Okay.
That's the plot to 65. Comes out March 10th.
Let's move on.
All right.
What's next on the list?
Okay. I think you'll have a lot to say about this one. Me, not so much. Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
Shazam. All right. The first one was fun. I'll watch it. The kid will like it. That's all I gotta say.
Here's what I respect about Shazam. As it, you know,
the fact that he's a knockoff Superman.
No, but like these movies specifically, like they do not try to slick up.
Have you watched the first movie?
Slick up the costumes for the sake of, you know, Hollywood.
No, it looks like the dumbass Shazam costume
I respect that
from the
shit.
cartoons. Yeah,
So hard.
the comics. Yeah.
So
now the first Shazam was a lot of fun. It's a kids movie.
I hear it's one of the better DC.
It is. That and Aquaman were like the only good ones they made.
I'm never gonna watch it. All right, next one is a basketball movie with Woody Harrelson called Champions.
Is it a sequel to White Men Can't Jump? Because that'd be badass.
Well, it is co-directed by Bobby Fairley of Kingpin and Dumb and Dumber.
What? Really?
There's something about it.
Who's the other director? The other Farley brother?
It doesn't say that. It's about basketball. All right, moving along.
Wait, what's it called?
It's called Champions. I love a good basketball. I like sports movies. I like sports movies better than sports.
Right, yeah.
I mean, is that fair to say?
Oh, Any Given Sunday is fucking awesome.
As far as like per capita hours of entertainment, sports movies all day. Mighty Ducks 3, get the big green, Brian's song.
What?
All right. The next one we're going to talk about. Oh, dude, remember Blue Chips with Nick Nolte and Shaquille O'Neal?
No.
Oh, dude,
no.
You should. If you like stuff like Any Given Sunday, go watch Blue Chips.
Any Given Sunday's like Oliver Stone.
Go watch Blue Chips, bro. I think that's. Hold on. That's like a director you love too. Hold on. It's someone like ridiculously. Oh, William Friedkin directed.
What?
Yeah, William Friedkin directed Blue Chips.
Bill Friedkin?
Yeah.
All right. It was Shaquille O'Neal
and Nick Nolte. Watch fucking Blue Chips. See,
Yeah.
everyone out there that's listening. It's got a 6.2, which isn't too bad.
Is directed by William Friedkin.
It's a basketball movie with Shaquille O'Neal, directed by William Friedkin.
Okay, all right, I'm sold.
No, seriously, it's a really fucking good movie.
I'm done.
I don't know how. I'll probably watch.
We'll movie recap that one next time.
I'll probably watch Champions. Where did my article go? Oh, here it is. I might watch that when it comes on to streaming
Bill
in
Friedkin,
like 3
huh?
weeks. Yeah, I knew it was someone like weird where you're like, what? Anyway,
got a lot of respect for that man's work.
how do you feel about the John Wick series?
You know, I watched the first one and it was pretty good. I never watched any other ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, did you like the first one?
Yeah, it was good. It was
You
fun.
definitely need to watch the other ones.
Yeah.
It's more of the same, but more of what I want.
It was just fucking action bullshit.
John Wick Chapter
Destroying
4
shit.
comes out March 24th. We don't need to spend a whole lot of time on this. I'm going to say that
I watch it.
I'm definitely going to watch it.
I don't know if I'll go to the theater.
That's one of the like things me and my wife are both really into. Like,
Yeah, I bet my kid would like it.
we're
huh?
like the only. John Wick is the only thing me and my wife are into together.
Is there tits in John Wick?
No,
Then my kid will
there's
love
not tits in movies at all anymore.
it. I know, it's
because
lame.
of Me Too.
No, you and your wife love 1,000-Pound Sister. Y'all watch
no,
that shit.
no, we don't. She does. Okay,
You're always talking.
I talk about it to troll you. All right.
To troll me. Yeah, okay.
Hey, guess the plot of the new season of 1,000-Pound Sisters.
We're fat.
And
Fat.
try not to die.
Try not to die.
John Wick 4 coming real soon.
I'll see. I watch the first 3. I think they're on HBO or some shit.
We're gonna skip past this movie called Showing Up about a woman in Portland that's a sculptor.
Never heard of it. Don't care.
All right, let's get your take on. I'm excited about this, but I'm also not a hater of the OG, the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go see that shit for sure.
It
looks good.
Are you designating that as an important like father-son thing?
Oh yeah. This is a
Okay, so
milestone.
I can't come with you.
I mean, you can come. That's fine. I'll ask
Really?
King. Yeah, that's fine.
Really?
I mean, King goes to the movies with me and Ruben.
I
don't
just
think he'll.
can't see that movie by myself. I want to see it. I want to see it, Adam.
Wait. What is the shame of seeing the Super Mario Brothers movie by yourself?
Not being flagged as a fucking chomo?
Dude, wait a second. You're a 30-something-year-old man.
That's true.
This shit is aimed at 30-something-year-old
I just
men.
want to come with you, okay?
Okay, just don't say it like that.
Can I call you daddy?
No.
Now,
Maybe later.
Now, Adam, what do you think the Super Mario Brothers movie is about?
I think it's about Mario. He's a plumber. His brother Luigi's a plumber. They come from a long line of plumbers. And they get sucked down the wrong tube one day, end up in the Mushroom Kingdom. And there's a hot princess. She's getting kidnapped by a giant dinosaur man. They got to save the day. There's a bunch of people made out of mushrooms.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I hope Yoshi's in it.
I'm sure he'll make an appearance or two.
do my voice.
They're integrating even scenes with like Super Mario Kart in this movie.
I'm very, very excited about the Super Mario Brothers movie. And I'll tell you why. A couple reasons. One, there's a new commercial out for it. We're going to play that commercial right now. Look up Super Mario Brothers plumbing. Just Google that in a different tab.
In YouTube?
Yeah, sure. Now play this little advertisement here.
Just for the move?
We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. When your sink is in trouble, you could call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
Thank you, Super Mario Bros. It seems like the only thing you haven't drained is my bank account.
Yeah.
For super service, call or text Super Mario Bros. Plumbing today at 929-55-MARIO. Or reach us on the World Wide Web at smbplumbing.com.
This is something from the new movie?
Yes.
This is a promo from the new movie?
Yes. You know that song? You recognize that song, right?
Of course, Captain Lou.
Yeah, that was the song from the old Super. Okay, dude, I'm all in on this shit. All in.
Yeah, this is brilliant because it's pandering to tittied men like ourselves.
In the best possible way.
But it's also like, hey, titty men.
Why you look at my tits? My tits are gone, Bobby.
Hey, titty
Look
men.
at that.
Hey,
Got no
titty
tits.
men. Titty men, bring your fucking kids to this shit.
Bring
too.
your kids to
They'll
this
like
movie.
it as well.
They're gonna love it. It's
I'm
great.
very excited. I'm gonna come with you and your son and pretend like we're like
A family.
I'm like your uncle, his uncle that just got out of prison.
Now, here's the other thing that excites me about this, right, Bobby? If this is a success, that opens the door for Legend of Zelda, fucking Metroid. I want to see more fucking Nintendo shit on the big screen. You know what I mean?
Do we want to see it on the big screen or just want to see it done well? Whether it be like, because I could see them doing like a Zelda fucking TV show on HBO or something,
Netflix series or some shit. I would be worried. I would be worried about a live action anything Nintendo stuff. Maybe Metroid they could do it because the only person is Samus, right? And she's in a suit the fucking whole time anyways. So you might as well make it animated. I don't know. I think some things are better in animation, and I think like Nintendo are those things.
Totally.
All right, moving on.
Moving on. I had a lot more to say about it. But
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Talk. You're here, Bobby. Spit it out.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, because we're going to move past these a lot faster.
Sure.
I just wanted to say
I mean, this can all count as movie. You don't have to fucking.
No, we're not doing a movie recap. That's already
Thank
been
God.
canceled.
I haven't watched any. All I've watched is
been canceled.
Metroid Prime.
I watched fucking Large and Marge are in charge or something with Bryan Cranston. I forgot what it's called.
Fair enough.
It's called Jerry and Marge Go Large. I watched that movie for movie recap. We're not talking about movie recap tonight.
Anywho, okay. Then to Mario Brothers. Go.
So I just got back from New Orleans, right? And I came back. We were walking around like right off Bourbon Street the last night we were there.
Oh, this was a personal anecdote you were starting.
Well, I'm getting there.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm a little drunk. So last night we're there. We're right in the French Quarter. And I look down, and it's an exciting time. It happens only every once in a blue moon. You find cash on the ground.
Oh, wow, nice, yeah.
And I pick up this disgusting, slimy, wet $5 bill. It's not even like a 10 or a 20. This is a 5.
I mean, at least it wasn't a 1.
No, yeah.
You could have bought a dozen eggs with that.
A 1 I probably would have left there.
Right.
A 5 is a 5.
5's a 5er, yeah, for sure.
You know, and so I pick it up, and my wife's just like, really? I'm like, dude, it's $5. And she's like, "That you're gonna get so sick."
Is $5 worth the chlamydia, Bobby?
I'm like, I'm not gonna get fucking sick. I've already built my immunity. I've been here 2 days, right? Sure enough,
you're sick right now, Bobby.
I think that I like tipped. So I gave him. It was like the what was that movie called? It Happens. What's that movie called?
The Happening.
No.
Shit happens.
It's like that movie It Follows. Like you give the $5 bill.
Yeah,
you make him watch The Ring or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure the guy that I gave that $5 bill to is like wicked sick right now. But yeah, sure enough, I got sick.
Yeah. There's that $5 bill.
So what that's leading up to is, since we're talking about Mario Brothers, I've spent a lot of time, and I gotta apologize to you. If you go back several years ago, when you first got the Nintendo Switch, you talk about it a lot, and I'd get mad at you.
Yeah, you would. You're real
like,
cunt
dude, this
about
is
it.
not a fucking video game podcast. Shut up about the Switch. And I wanted to formally on the air apologize to you.
Thank you.
Because I did get a Switch a couple months ago, and I'm like, oh, wow.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Now, I say all that to say this. Now that I've forgiven you, or wait, what was it? No, now that I've apologized.
Wait,
you've forgiven me.
Did I forgive you already?
For giving you shit about talking about the Switch, because it is an amazing system.
Yeah.
Will you admit right now on the air that you enjoy the movie From Beyond by Stuart Gordon?
No.
Damn it. Austin, I tried.
I'm glad that
Austin Cameron, I tried. I thought it was a solid case that built up nice way.
You almost had me for a second.
Moving along. I played a lot of Mario 3 lately. That's what I was
so good. It's so good,
so
right?
Good. So we'll talk about level 7 some other time. I have a lot of thoughts on World 7.
Yeah, I know. I got your fucking 20 texts last night.
I was a little high. Renfield, that's the Nick Cage Dracula one.
You know, I'll say this. When I heard that Nicolas Cage, perhaps the greatest thespian ever to walk the earth,
wow,
at least in this generation, when he was cast as Dracula, I was so very, very excited. And then I saw a trailer for this Renfield movie. Nick Cage as Dracula. I thought, that's great. I can't wait. Fucking Dracula's my hero. And I saw the preview for this movie, and fuck, does it look stupid.
I agree.
Oh my! And it's like it looks stupid in the like 3D like just stupid action sequences with
it's a
vampires flying around, and like the special effects look so dumb.
It's a comedy. I'm not. It's one of those ones. It's like, I hate to say this again, but it's like, if for whatever reason, if it happens to be one that's like everyone's like, you gotta see it, it's great, I'll probably watch it.
I'm still gonna watch. I'm gonna watch it.
Oh, you're gonna watch it.
I'm definitely gonna
regardless.
watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm just.
I mean, it looks like Lemony Snicket. Looks like it's about as good as
I'm
a Lemony
fine with.
Snicket.
I like Lemony Snicket. Whatever.
You like those? I never saw them.
I like. It's a good movie.
But it looks
the
like
Netflix show was
it's about like a Coraline or a Lemony Snicket.
I like all that shit.
Dark Shadows.
I love Dark Shadows.
That kind of thing.
That's like one of my favorite
Lemony
late
Snicket.
Tim Burton movies.
the Santa Claus.
I
3.
want to be excited about it, but I'm not excited about it.
All right.
And the reason I'm not excited about it is because the fights look like the fights from Underworld, and Underworld was fucking stupid for the fights. They're bad, and I'm like, why are you gonna put bad fights in a Dracula movie?
I do like Nicholas Hoult.
Why can't it just be Dracula? I know I like Nicholas Hoult too,
and I like that they were the first time I saw Nicholas Hoult was in The Weatherman with Nick Cage, which is a great fucking movie.
I don't think I've seen that.
It's just I love a good dramedy. It's just a dramedy, like a bitter, cold dramedy.
The Weatherman.
The Weatherman with Nick Cage and young Nicholas Hoult.
Young Nicky Holt.
I recommend The Weatherman.
He was good in the X-Men's as the Beast.
Oh yeah.
He was good as
Hank McCoy.
He was good in the Witness Me and the Fury Road.
Witness with Harrison Ford.
He was good in that. I watched that movie, The Menu.
Oh, we're not doing movie recap tonight.
All right. So yeah, I'll watch Renfield. But
we got some
thinking it's gonna suck.
fucking jerk off movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
Wait, but who directed it? What's it
Bo
about?
is Afraid. Oh God, it has Nathan Lane, Parker Posey, Eamon. Oh, this looks kind of awesome. Actually,
It's directed by the guy
Ari
who made
Aster.
Hereditary
Ari Aster.
and Midsummer.
I have mixed feelings about Ari Aster. Will I see every movie he puts out? Yes.
What are your mixed feelings? He had 2 movies and they're both good.
What were they?
Hereditary and Midsummer. They're fucking awesome, both of them, bro. They're awesome.
I think
I feel for the guy because he's got to follow up these 2 excellent movies he's made. And I'm not going to say they're like the best movies ever made,
Right.
but they're good movies. They're fucking great movies.
they're movies that I'm glad I saw, but will never watch again.
Really?
No.
Dude,
Why?
Hereditary? The scene with
I don't
ugly
have much
girl hits
time
the
left
pole?
on the planet. I don't need to see Hereditary for a second time.
What does that even mean?
Means I got fucking canon films to watch.
Dude, that doesn't even make sense. Your argument, it makes no sense. It's dumb.
All
It's
right.
dumb.
Well, I like Ari. I like. I like it.
I'm
Here's what
asking
saying.
you to say what's wrong with the movies. All you're saying is
all
I
I'm
wanna
saying
watch
is like I
Canon
like
movies.
his movies, but I'm not like they're not like my cup of tea to the point where I'm like I'm gonna fucking watch these regularly.
Yeah, but you know what
They're
you're forgetting?
kinda like a,
You know what you're
uh,
forgetting? You know what you're forgetting? Like the family all beheaded and floating at the end of Hereditary. You know what you're forgetting when the dude jumps off the cliff and then they smash his head with a hammer.
I remember
in
all
Midsummer.
that.
It's amazing. That's why I watch movies.
All right. I prefer what's his name, the guy that did Lighthouse.
You're just being a
and the
cunt.
Witch.
It's not a fight between those guys.
All right.
You didn't explain your point at all.
No, we're moving on.
Okay.
Are you there, God? It's me, Margaret, based
Nope.
on the Judy Blume book. We are not the target audience for that one. Paint. Is this, so what's his name?
Owen Wilson is Bob Ross.
But it's not Bob Ross.
It's not Bob Ross?
This has something to do with Zoolander people, I'm sure.
Are you sure? Read what it says, Bobby. I never even heard of this.
Paint. Carl Nargle. Owen Wilson is a beloved host of a popular How to Paint show on public access television, Bob Ross. You want to get those calls in the annual pledge drive. Carl's your man. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this looks infuriating.
It's a comedy where Owen Wilson's playing Bob Ross.
Yes, I
mean, I'll probably watch it.
I'm not interested.
I'll watch it.
I'll probably watch it.
I won't watch it in the theater or nothing, but I'll watch it.
Here's
Hopefully
what I'm
it's
saying. I'm not
funny.
going to go out of my way to watch this movie, but if someone throws it on,
But you know, here's the thing.
like, let's watch Paint. I'll be like, all right, I'll
Here's the
check it
thing
out.
about comedies. I don't give a shit as long as it's funny, right? Like, it doesn't matter what the plot of it is. Like, as long as it's fucking funny.
When was the last one?
The last, funny movie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. I don't have a lot of faith in comedy these days. I liked what
You're
was
such a bitter man, Bobby.
name me a fucking comedy that's like blown you away that's come out in 10 fucking years.
I'm high. I don't know. Give me a second.
All right, let's go to the next one.
I'll get back to you.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yeah, baby.
You're
Yeah.
excited for that one.
Of course.
All right, the next one is Fast X. Fast X, it's the new Fast and the Furious.
Nah, I'm not gonna
Don't
see that.
fucking care.
Don't care.
The Little Mermaid.
Nah, don't care.
You're lucky your son's past the age where he's going to be interested in seeing this one. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. I want to watch that.
Flowing on like music waves across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, buddy. It's a good Beetle impression there. It's like a beetle stuck in the spider web.
I wrote a song about an octopus. That's my favorite line in Walk Hard.
It's a great song, too.
You're supposed to be the quiet beetle. Why don't you shut the fuck up?
Right.
I wrote a song about an octopus.
Yeah, we
And
get
it's
it. buddy.
Jason Schwartzman as Ringo Starr.
Thank you.
Walk hard. I'm guilty as
I thought we were talking about Across the Spider-Verse, Bobby. Fuck. So it's a sequel to that Spider-Man cartoon movie, and they're making another one. And you know what? I'm going to see it because the first one's amazing, and I'll watch anything Marvel makes.
Coming up next, Asteroid City. Don't know what this.
Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson. Oh, it's based on Roald Dahl, though.
Oh, wow. We were just talking about Roald Dahl.
Roald Dahl is he's probably the most famous Scandinavian I can think of.
His work is terrifying.
Maybe ABBA. ABBA's more popular than Roald Dahl.
Maybe more name recognition for sure. But Roald Dahl's up there.
That's it. ABBA and Roald Dahl is Scandinavia, as far as I'm concerned.
So Asteroid City is a movie by Wes Anderson based on a Roald Dahl book. I'm all about that. I am double sold on that. I love everything Wes Anderson's made. All of it. Have you seen his like animated shit, the Fantastic Mr. Fox and the fucking?
No, I haven't seen that.
Really?
I'm not watching a movie about like animals that move around and talk.
Dude, it's anthropomorphics, right?
I'm not watching that.
Why?
I'm just not gonna fucking watch that.
Why?
Why would I? I'm gonna watch a fucking movie about animals that talk.
You watch heavy metal.
That's not the same. This is like fucking circle jerk art house. Here's some animals that talk.
It's based on a story.
Whether it's that or
it's based on a famous story, right? Right. It's based on a famous thing.
I'm sure it's great, Adam.
Who wrote the Fantastic Mr. Fox?
I'm sure it's great.
It's probably.
I'm not judging anyone that enjoys it, and I'm not mad at you for liking it. I'm sure I would like it if I watched it, But
see, that's the thing, Bobby.
I'm not going to watch a movie with talking animals.
That's the argument.
I'm not going to sit down and do that.
That's the argument I have with you. Is like you're refusing to watch something. You're saying it is based on Roald Dahl. Yeah, Roald Dahl did that.
I'm not refusing. I'm saying I'm never going to carve out the time by choice unless you tied me down. It was like, we got to watch fucking Fantastic Mr. Fox.
You would love it. It's got Bill Murray in it.
Or if you had a
George
lot,
Clooney.
if you had a lot of clout,
Willem
for some
Dafoe
reason,
as a rat.
And they're
with like a knife. There's a rat knife fight. There's a knife fight between a rat and a fox, dude.
If you were like, we started a movie club and whatever I say goes.
So you won't watch
you
like
either
the
watch
fucking
the movie
Secret
or
of
you
Nim?
sit outside in the cold.
You won't watch the Secret of Nim?
Secret of Nim.
Yeah, then shut the fuck up, Bobby, with that dumb bullshit.
That's because
excuse.
I like a lot of movies like that when I was a kid.
And yeah, and if you had seen the Fantastic Mr. Fox when you were a kid, you'd be speaking its praises now. But because it came out when you're an adult, you're gonna be a about it.
I'm really not trying to sound like snobby Bobby about it.
But you totally
I'm just saying I'm not going to watch it.
But why? It's great.
Asteroid City comes out June 16th.
I will
it's
see
a new
that.
Wes Anderson movie.
I
fucking love
the
Rush.
cast. He had Jeff Goldblum.
I do
Jeff
love
Goldblum.
Rushmore.
Right. All of his movies are great, dude. All of them.
I do love Rush. I love the Royal Tenenbaums.
Royal Tenenbaums amazing.
Oh, I
Life
love
Aquatic.
Yeah, Wes. I should watch Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yeah, buddy, you should.
Next up is June 16th is the new Flash movie that there's a lot of buzz about because who's back as Batman?
Michael Keaton, baby.
That was going to be one of my movie recaps tonight, but we don't have time for movie recap. This is movie recap. I watched 1989's Batman.
Oh yeah,
when I was sick. It's great. It's
great.
I'm sick. I'm gonna rewatch Batman movie.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm sorry. Nicholson's still king, and so is Keaton.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying that as a boomer or whatever. I'm not trying to sound old.
Why are you worried about sounding old?
I'm saying outside of my own age bias.
But see, here's the thing. Here's with age bias, right? And these are all these little I'm using that word a lot.
You were
tonight.
looking for the word, and I was going to say cunt.
Yeah, I've used that word a lot tonight. That's fine. That say that like Keaton was bad and shit. We've seen it all come out, right? Mm-hmm. I've watched Robert Pattinson. I've watched fucking Ben Affleck. I've watched Michael Keaton.
This is a very good point.
George Clooney. I've watched them all. I've watched them all as Batman.
George Clooney.
Yeah, Val Kilmer. The best one was Michael Keaton.
These fucking kids don't know how good they got it. You have.
There are kids these days saying that the Christopher Nolan movies are overrated. It's like, what the fuck? Like, the Nolan movies are not as good as the Burton movies, but the Nolan movies are amazing.
They're different.
No, they're different. They're great. They're not as good as Batman Returns.
I don't even. That's apples
They're not
and
as good
oranges.
as Batman Returns.
I'm not. Well. Okay.
You can compare them. They're Batman
the fucking
movies.
Batman thing because we haven't done it in a while anyway.
We can compare Batman to Batman.
We've said it a million times on the show. Batman Returns is the best Batman movie.
Oh, hands down.
Forever. It doesn't matter.
Forever.
Right, let's get that on the table now.
Forever and always.
I'm going to be honest with you right now about Nolan Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Batman Begins, kind of fucking boring.
It's got Ra's al Ghul. It's got Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul.
The Dark Knight, absolute masterpiece.
Kicks some ass. It kicks some ass.
I mean, that's the one I think of when I say, if you really want to compare it to Burton. Because like the other one with Bane, whatever the fuck it's the Last Jedi or whatever.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
That movie's awesome. You better not be talking shit about that movie.
I'm not.
That movie is
and I enjoyed it.
Spectacular.
I enjoyed it, and I love that character. I love the character of Bane. But it's kind of like Ari Aster movies. I'm like, just fucking probably not in a hurry to revisit.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? See, there's a whole like theme of escalation throughout the course of these Batman movies. Like I could sit here and like overanalyze the Dark Knight trilogy.
It's almost
the rest
like
of the night.
Burton and Schumacher, especially Schumacher in this case. Burton and Schumacher era was like trying to toe the line between camp Batman of the 60s and Dark Knight Frank Miller Batman.
Wait. I hear what you're saying. I think that Burton's Batman was inspired a bit by the grittier Batman that we had seen with Frank Miller's Dark Knight, right?
It was.
But also he was wanting to make a screen Batman that was pulling away from the campiness, right?
Sure.
He was trying to not be that campy.
But Frank Miller did that.
Right. He's trying to do this on the screen. Now, Schumacher embraced and wanted to be Adam West
Here's
Batman.
all I'm saying. If Tim Burton is, let's say, 80% Frank Miller, 20% 60s camp Batman.
Sure.
Schumacher is 80% 60s camp Batman and 20% Frank Miller Batman.
Sure. I agree with that statement.
That's all I'm saying.
No, you're absolutely right. So what is, and fucking Nolan's is just 100% Frank Miller.
Right.
That's
It's almost like they just, it's like Frank Miller and Martin Scorsese. Like, it's just like a mob movie, basically.
I know. It's fucking awesome.
No,
and they got great mobsters. These fucking Batman mythos.
As much as I like
as
much as I always almost brought this up earlier tonight. We were talking about something else. Prime, Captain Prime. What is his name? The fucking guy with the lightning bolt.
Shazam,
Captain Prime. I respect them in the sense that like they're fuck it, let's go about the costumes.
Right.
And I always said like I wish we could have an X-Men movie where like Wolverine is in yellow and black.
I know, dude. I know.
90s era.
The next Deadpool movie.
Do Savage Island.
Savage Land
storyline.
The next Deadpool movie is going to have
Colin
Wolverine.
Farrell as Mr. Sinister.
Okay, quit screaming your fan fiction casting and get on with your point.
And the guy from The Boys is Wolverine. What's his name? Troy McClure.
Mm-hmm.
The guy
you might remember me.
The guy from
Blood on the Windshield.
No, the fucking guy that played Spock or Bones.
Carl Urban. I know what you're talking about.
I think he would be a good.
You're just drunk and rambling. Bobby.
The point is, Adam.
Is there a point to all this?
As much as I respect that about those movies and want to see that happen, I respect when another director goes, "Fuck it, let's go. Let's make this hyper realistic." Like if we had to put this in a realistic situation, if a Batman was in a real crime-ridden, corrupt city, hyper-realism. So Nolan does that.
The new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson.
I didn't see it.
They just did that. They just aped Nolan.
I didn't see it. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm telling you. You don't have to. You don't have to know. I'm telling you. They just
that
totally
looked like
aped.
a fucking CW show. I'm not going to watch that movie.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I swear to God, I can't even talk. You're just yelling over me, Bobby. You're just yelling.
I thought you
every time I'm talking.
You didn't like that
you're doing
movie.
this. You just keep talking. No, I didn't like that movie. I didn't like it very much at all. But it was just ripping off Nolan. That's all it was. It tried to rehash all three Christopher Nolan Batman movies in one fucking movie, and it was lame.
Okay, well, I don't want to see that movie.
But the Penguin was great, and they're making what?
Oh, I love Paul Dano.
Why can I not talk without you giving me faces, Bobby?
Is Paul Dano in that movie?
He was the Riddler, and the Riddler was just a ripoff of Bane. I already went over all this.
Yeah, we've
so the point I was getting at
familiar
is they're making a sequel to that Batman movie. They're making a sequel to the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. Now, this Batman and this Joker, they're not connected at all. They're not in the same universe. They have nothing to do with each other. On top of that, DC is making another Batman movie that has nothing to do with the Robert Pattinson Batman or the Joker, and it's going to be connected with the rest of the DC stuff.
This is like some David Lynch shit.
Yeah.
You just described the plot of Twin Peaks.
So yeah, The Flash. I'm going to see The Flash.
Well, let me ask you this. Let's get back to The Flash for a second. How do they integrate Michael Keaton Batman in this movie?
So The Flash he gets the powers. He's so fast he can travel through time, and he travels back in time to save his mother from dying. But in doing so, he accidentally fractures the multiverse, and so there's alternate realities and Elseworlds. And bada bing, bada boom. Michael Keaton's on the screen.
1989 Batman.
You know, I hope there's
I think the multiverse thing is getting a little out of hand.
Well, Marvel started the multiverse thing, and DC's like, we're doing the multiverse too.
The new Star Trek kind of dips their toe in that
really?
kind of shit too.
It's just a fucking thing. It's a thing that's
it's like, well, you know, Kirk's father's dead in this one, and then Spock ended up in this multiverse, and you're like, what?
What?
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing in the new Star Trek stuff.
Fucking millennials.
It's just how they like explain the differences, basically.
Right.
So like fanboys don't have an asthma attack and just like, you know, like angrily cum in their pants.
That's what happens.
So wait, Batman shows up and it's fucking homeboy from Michael.
I just explained all that, but you're drunk and you just
the guy from Mr. Mom.
You're
Adam.
not even listening. You're just talking. You're just saying things. You're just saying things, Bobby.
Night Shift.
Exactly.
Starring Michael.
All right, move on.
Here's one we've already talked about. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Did you watch the Super Bowl ads?
Pass.
All right, let's go to the next one.
I did not watch that.
Jesus Christ. Mission Impossible Dead. How many Mission Impossible movies are there?
I don't know, man.
I've literally seen the first one and none of the other ones.
Same. No, but this one's called Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, meaning there's going to be a Part 2.
People love them.
Do they?
The first one's like a De Palma movie.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
You know what I watched the other day? This is no movie recap. We're not doing movie. This is not movie recap. I watched Edge of Tomorrow starring Tom Cruise.
Oh, hell yeah.
That movie's so badass. It's just great. If nothing else, it's a fun sci-fi movie, but it's great to watch like Tom Cruise die like 12 times, 15 times, 27 times.
What's the one that's similar with Matt Damon?
Matt Damon. What? I don't know. The Martian.
No.
Interstellar. He was in Interstellar.
I feel like there's a similar one.
Interstellar's a good-ass movie.
All right. And that's Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. We don't know enough about that franchise
not
to
gonna
even
watch
comment on it.
Not gonna watch that.
Barbie. Let's talk about Barbie. Finally, Mattel's biggest selling toy, one of the biggest selling toys of all time, is getting their own movie. It's Barbie with Greta Gerwig.
No, it's Margot Robbie.
Ryan Gosling as Ken.
Yeah. No, the director is Greta Gerwig.
Directed by Abel Ferreira.
Dude, I would love to watch Barbie directed by Abel Ferreira. Oh, can we get a movie poster of that?
She would murder people.
Oh, yeah.
There would be...
shootings and drillings and bad lieutenantings.
Yeah, I'm not going to see that one. I'm going to be honest with you.
If it was directed by Abel Ferreira, we might.
What the fuck is this? Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer, the new Christopher Nolan movie.
Oh, I will see this.
I will see that. I did see... Okay, did you watch the last Christopher Nolan movie?
Is that the...
Tenet? It's like this weird... action sci-fi, they got to go backwards in time movie, and everybody's walking in
I
reverse.
heard it was terrible.
It wasn't terrible. I
didn't watch it. I'd like to watch it.
I actually watched it twice to see if I picked anything else up, and it made a little more sense the second time. But at the same time, I'm like, you're really being a to make me have to watch this twice. You know,
this is a very fuck it, let's go kind of episode.
It is. I've said that word like 47 times tonight.
What's the one? What about the British people with boats in World War II? That came out like
what? British people with boats?
Yeah,
the
World War II one. That's what's his name? What's this director's name?
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, that Dunwich. It wasn't people with boats.
Yeah,
Dunkirk. It's a good fucking movie.
I think that's the last Christopher Nolan movie I saw.
I think it was the last movie. No, he made Tenet after that. Yeah, it was good. Dunkirk was good. I mean, it was as good as 1917. It was as good as All Quiet on the Western Front. Did you watch that shit?
I know. You've been hounding me about it for months.
Oh, it's so fucking beautiful.
The new one, huh?
Yeah. Netflix one.
All right. I like Dunkirk as I guess one. So my point is Nolan can do like a drama, a historical drama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think Oppenheimer is going to be.
It's got Cillian Murphy, and the guy's a great actor. I mean, the only guy who casts him is Christopher Nolan, and has been for years in every movie. He was in Sunshine, though. Damn, Sunshine.
Danny Boyle.
We'll get to that.
One day we'll talk about it.
No, I mean tonight we're going to talk about it.
Oh yeah. Fuck this lady. The
Marvels. Captain Marvel. Yeah, I'll see it.
All right, we gotta cruise through these fast now. Untitled, Please Destroy Project. Don't know what that is.
Don't care.
It's some SNL ding dong that no one watches anymore. Next Goal Wins. It's a soccer movie about the Dutch soccer coach who's hired to whip the American Samoa squad into shape. Not gonna watch that.
Not gonna watch that. Not gonna watch that.
I'll just watch Remember the Titans. Thank you.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
This looks interesting. I've never even heard of this.
I like the name.
Leo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro are both on board. This is the new Scorsese.
Oh, a Scorsese movie? I'll watch a Scorsese movie.
I definitely will. National treasure and MVP Marvel skeptic Martin Scorsese goes for the big guns again in this period piece tackling David Grant's 2017 nonfiction book.
Wait. Did it just say that Martin Scorsese directed National Treasure?
No. They're calling him a national treasure.
Oh, okay. I was worried for a second.
About an epidemic of murders among Oklahoma. I'm fucking down.
Read it. Instead of saying you like it, read it again.
Epidemic of murders among Oklahoma's Osage Nation in the 1920s tied to the tribe's oil rights.
Ooh.
Scorsese, period piece, Leo,
De Niro,
and some angry Indians with their oil rights.
Nice.
That is,
well, watch that one.
Maestro.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Is that how you say that?
Yes, that's how you say Maestro.
Maestro. With Bradley Cooper. All right, moving along. Kraven the Hunter. Don't know what that is.
Okay, let me stop you here.
All right.
So, Kraven the Hunter is one of my favorite childhood obscure Spider-Man villains. Now, he was right up there with my other favorite obscure childhood Spider-Man villain, Morbius. So, for whatever reason, Sony decided to make movies of just like B-list fucking bad guys from Spider-Man. And the first two they decided to make are Morbius and Kraven the Hunter. So I'm definitely going to see Kraven the Hunter, and it's probably going to be fucking stupid, and I don't care, because in the comics he wears like a lion's head as a vest. And if he's not wearing a lion head in that movie, I will be pissed.
Adam's excited to see Kraven the Hunter.
Kraven the Hunter. Buy a t-shirt. Aaron Taylor, John Scanloni.
Poor Things.
What's that about?
Poor Things, the Adams story.
I'm not that poor. Wait. It's what's it about?
It's Emma Stone and women in an abusive relationship, replacing her brain with her unborn baby's brain. I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
You down with this?
That sounds fun. So what you need to look at is who are the people that are making these movies, you know? Because you're like, Emma Stone, who's the guy directing it?
Well, it also features Willem Dafoe.
The guy who directs this is Yorgos Lanthimos, who made Dogtooth, which is an insanely fucked up movie. He made The Lobster, which is an amazing, terrific movie. And he also made The Killing of a Sacred Deer, which I've never seen, but was heard was really, really good.
Yeah, it's that guy.
I will totally see Poor Things.
All right. Dune Part 2. I gotta confess something to you, Adam. I don't love Dune, but I'm definitely, my interest is piqued by Dune. I still haven't watched the new one. It seems like a lot of time commitment.
See, this is Bobby. I don't understand you, because we do these things.
I do watch the David Lynch one probably like once every year or so.
Yeah, I love the David Lynch one. You'll love the new Dune because
I'm sure I'm not going to like it better than the David Lynch one.
I've watched it like 7 times. It's a 3-hour movie. It's something I will put on to go to sleep to now, just because it's comforting to have
David Lynch one.
No, the new one.
That's how
new one.
That's how I am with Blade Runner.
You're just get on the rails, Bobby. Stay on the fucking rails.
What are we talking about?
Dune. We're talking about Dune.
No, you were saying like you put the new one on to help you, like it's a good background.
You're
all I'm saying is an aside.
You're sidetracking. You're like those little motorcycles.
An aside.
And there's a sidecar.
Trying to relate to my friend
You're that
Adam.
sidecar veering off into the
That's
field.
what Blade Runner is to me, or the Hobbit movie, the animated Hobbit.
But you're like, I'll watch the Hobbit movie 20 times, but I won't watch Dune.
I don't think I've ever finished the animated Hobbit movie. Oh my God. Real boring.
This is like
puts you right to
wrangling
sleep.
cats. This is like
okay. The Dune.
talking to my
Dune Part 2.
10-year-old.
All right, I'm gonna make a priority to watch the new one.
The first one, it's on HBO. It's fantastic.
Seems like a lot of time.
It is, and it's worth it. And you know what's great about watching at home, Bobby? You can take breaks. You can pause it. You can go jerk off. You can go hang out with your wife. You can come back to it later. Take fucking breaks. It's a 3-hour movie, okay? Breaks are necessary. We're just humans. But the first Dune was great. This one, it's got Christopher Walken as the Emperor of Space. Fuck yeah, I'm in.
Yeah, I definitely need to watch the first one so I can prepare for that.
When's that kind? November 3rd? Sweet.
Yeah. So I got time.
You got time. I took mushrooms and went and saw
Here's
that.
my goal. I'm going to watch the first Dune by November 3rd. So we'll go see this in the theater together, much like we're going to go see the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Sure.
Fuck, we're almost done. The Killer, Michael Fassbender, David Fincher, Tilda Swinton.
The Killer, based on the comics?
Yep.
I know what that is.
It's a French comic series by Alexis Matez-Nolant and Luc Jacquemont.
Mm-hmm.
It's a neo-noir about a professional assassin. This sounds kind of interesting, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, we'll watch that.
And Fassbender, that guy hasn't done shit in a while.
For fuck's sake, there's a Wonka movie coming out. I don't even want to talk about it.
Wait, no, let's talk about it.
Oh, that's the last one. We might as well fill out the rest of our time with Wonka coming out on December 15th. Roald Dahl has been a theme of this evening's conversation, both on and off the air.
Yeah, apparently he's making a resurgence. I guess he never went away, other than to hell.
He is the only thing people know about Scandinavia.
Or ABBA.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is a Willy Wonka. What is this? A Willy Wonka prequel?
Ah, for fuck's sake.
You're like visibly angry right now.
I'm just like, it's fucking pointless. It's dumb and pointless.
I didn't want to talk about it, but
keep going.
By the way, this is like number one on the list. Like apparently Rolling Stone's really.
I don't think this is number one. I think they just listed them all.
No.
They're not numbered. Tell me what it's about. Read what it's about.
To think that the editor at Rolling Stone thinks Wonka is the most anticipated movie of 2023.
We all know how Willy Wonka, a world-class chocolatier, man of industry, eccentric inventor of the everlasting... Oh, God, this is just somebody who wants to...
I'm not going to see this movie. It's the guy that directed
Paddington.
Paul King. All right, moving along.
Paddington.
Let's talk about the movie. That was movie recap. Let's talk about the main event of tonight. We're at well past an hour now.
Wow.
Well past an hour, Adam.
Well past.
This comes from Patreon supporter Patrick.
Hey, Patty boy.
Our friend Patrick wanted us to watch Galaxy of Terror.
And guess what, Patrick? We did.
And guess what, Patrick? You started a trend that should have happened years ago.
What's that?
We've been doing this for at least 4 years. We've never covered a Roger Corman movie.
Wow, we haven't done any Corman, huh? This is number one Corman?
This is our first Roger.
We've been more canon than Corman.
We busted our Corman cherry.
Thank you, Patrick.
Galaxy of Terror because of Patrick.
A ragtag spaceship crew sent on a rescue mission encounter a formidable enemy. Their worst fears projected by their own imagination.
Hi, Bobby. Hi, Adam. Roger Corman here. I am so proud that the Not For Everyone podcast is covering my own masterpiece, Galaxy of Terror. A film that features two horror icons in Sid Haig and Robert Englund. Although the scariest thing on set was probably Grace Zabriskie staring through my soul. It also features Aaron Martin trying to get away from those happy days. It was also one of the first films in which former director and now aquatic explorer James Cameron worked on. Unfortunately, he somewhat failed to live up to that initial promise. and certainly hasn't done anything worth of value since Terminator 2. But I digress. I hope you enjoy what I like to think of as Roger Corman's Event Horizon. Catch you later, you crazy guys.
Now, Adam, talk to me. You're our local historian on the show.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Talk to me a little bit about 1981's Galaxy of Terror.
So you see what's interesting about this film is Roger Corman saw the success of films such as Star Wars and Alien and said, hey, you know what? Fuck it. I make movies. Let's make ourselves one of these space movies.
This seems to be the business model of Roger Corman.
God bless him.
And here's what I was realizing while watching Galaxy of Terror. It's not that he doesn't care about quality, but he cares about money more than quality.
Sure.
And, how's that any different than the rest of Hollywood?
And he made a lot of movies. I mean, he helped kickstart a lot of careers. This film stars a young Robert Englund. It stars a youngish Sid Haig. It stars Grace Zabriskie, who you might remember from Twin Peaks.
Sid Haig came out of the womb at like 46.
Yeah, I think he looked at that. Even like THX 1138, he was like 16 years old, and he was 52. Fucking love that guy.
R.I.P. Sid Haig.
R.I.P. So they made this movie, B movie called Galaxy of Terror. Now, one of the people that now when you watch this movie, you can tell it's an obvious Alien ripoff, right? In the sense of
so much more.
It is. That. It really is. It really is. It's an Alien ripoff.
It rips off so much more than that.
What's interesting about it, and we noticed it while rewatching it earlier because we originally watched it together about a month ago. Is that a lot of movies ripped this off.
Yeah.
I mean, it really feels like there's some Event Horizon shit all up in this movie.
Kind of like what we were talking about with Batman earlier. It's like Roger Corman ripped off
Alien.
I even get some Planet of the Apes vibes in this movie. I get some, there's definitely some 2001 Space Odyssey stuff in here. It's that like psychedelic neon matte paintings, which are fucking awesome, by the way. And
none of it looks too cheesy.
No, like I said, he cares about quality, and they're going to do what they can do.
There's like a giant space pyramid that looks like a Geiger painting.
Yeah.
The obvious nod to Alien.
It's like a nod. Veiny pyramids, and there had to have been a budget to some degree here.
So here's another thing about this movie, an interesting little tidbit. One of the production designers and a second unit director on the film was Mr. James Cameron, who you might remember from the little film called Titanic. You might remember from Avatar. Way of Water.
Way of the Water. If you saw that movie recently, this is an early movie by that guy.
Well, the thing is, we're watching this, and it's like this movie looks like Aliens. It looks like Aliens, the sequel, more than it looks like Alien, the first one. And then when you realize James Cameron was the production designer and the second unit director, like, he fucking ripped off this movie, a movie he worked on to make Aliens.
So it's almost like Dark Star is to Alien as Galaxy of Terror is to Aliens.
Sure.
Now, we didn't even talk about the director, Bruce D. Clark.
Oh, okay.
Bruce D. Clark is also known for directing...
Do you even know
The Ski Bum? No, he wrote that.
You're going to do that thing where you just start naming off movies. I think this was
the only movie he... Oh, wait. Naked Angels from 1969 and
nice.
Hammer, which is a blaxploitation boxing movie.
Oh, well, fuck, you love boxing
with
movies.
Fred Williamson.
Oh, shit, I want to see that.
I did, too, to be
Hammer
honest.
is a black explosion.
I like this.
Fred Williamson is Hammer.
The sound of that.
Fuck yeah. He risked death to fight his way out of the mob. Oh, dude, we should watch Hammer.
I'm going to watch Hammer.
Hammer is going to take this town apart. I'm just reading.
So that said, I think it's worth talking about Bruce D. Clark. He directed Hammer with Fred Williamson.
I love me some Fred Williamson.
But you're right. I feel like, wasn't like, for example, didn't James Cameron have something to do with like Piranha or Piranha 2?
Piranha 2 is directed by James Cameron.
Yes. Is that Roger Corman?
No, I don't know.
How do you spell Piranha?
Jesus Christ. Piranha? No, it's not a Corman film.
It's not.
He didn't get a producer credit.
Okay.
God.
It doesn't matter. The point is, James Cameron got his start from humble beginnings of weird schlock movies from the early 1980s.
With Roger Corman. And then he went on to make Terminator and Aliens.
Not that much longer after that.
Yeah.
Because,
this was 81. Terminator is 84.
Yeah, and then Aliens
86
is 86.
Yeah. So like
God,
3 years.
I miss OG James Cameron.
Yeah, for sure. 3 years
that
after
was the
this,
end of his career,
he's
as
like,
far as I'm concerned.
I'm gonna make 7 more Avatar movies.
Like, dude, you could have made Terminator 3, right? Why didn't you just make Terminator 3? Why didn't you make Terminator 3? Because it probably would have been badass.
He's like, I got an ocean robot.
So in Future Man, it's this time travel show. It's fucking ridiculous. It's like Back to the Future on LSD. And at one point, like, the time travel material, the isotope they use is called cameronium. And it was because James Cameron discovered it himself personally with his submarine at the bottom of the ocean. And there's like a limited amount of cameronium in the world. And so they like go to James Cameron's house. They had to break into his house to steal some cameronium. And there's like a whole AI system in the house. And all it does is talk about the accomplishments of James Cameron. And it's like, please kill me. Please delete me now.
What is this? Blade Runner?
Future Man.
All right.
Future Man on Hulu. 3 seasons of pure comic genius. It was canceled too soon.
So Galaxy of Terror was requested by Patrick.
So why don't you ask me a question, Bobby, so we can get on with this?
What is Galaxy of Terror from 1981, directed by, or was it directed by Roger Corman? No, directed by Bruce D. Clark and produced by Roger Corman. Galaxy of Terror. What is that movie about?
So there's this planet and there's like a spaceship that's crashed onto this planet. And there's somebody there and he's running around and he's being chased by invisible ghost men. And he's like, no! And then he dies. And then we cut to
it's a hell of an opener.
It really is. And then we cut to another planet. And there's some dude with a red glowy light bulb head. Mm-hmm. This effect is an amazing effect I've never seen in a movie before. They have an actor just sitting there. And you know when they were filming the scenes, he was just sitting there. And they just like add red glowy over his face. So he has like a glowy red sun for a head orb like visage when it's showing him on screen. He's the master. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing. And the master says, they have discovered something or other. We must send troops to that planet. So it's a space movie, sci-fi movie in space. Very loose plot.
We're losing you here. We're losing you. I want to let you go, but Jesus.
This is the plot of the movie. This is what happens.
All right. Yeah, it's a space movie. It's Roger Corman trying to ape off the coattails of Alien, and other 70s sci-fi nonsense of the time. And, you got glowy face guy. He's like, I guess he's like the emperor.
He's the master.
He's just the master.
He's the planet master. He's the master of the whole planet. He's like the Grand Poobah of the whole fucking planet. Mm. Maybe more. I mean, they have intergalactic travel. I don't know.
And I love set pieces that are like, we're doing sci-fi, but we are on a budget. But we pulled it off.
It looks good.
That is a great, because
it looks real good.
He has, like, you could imagine in 1981 or whatever, wherever they shot this movie or wrote it or whatever, you can imagine thinking like, okay, well, what are televisions going to look like in the future?
Yeah.
And all they did is they'd take one of those, like, the 80s.
I love that effect.
That are like, it's like a piece of furniture with a screen on it.
Yeah.
They do that, only they put it in the wall.
Yeah, it's a wall screen. Yeah, that's the future.
It's like a Zenith Woody mounted in the wall.
It's amazing.
And they weren't that far off. We got TVs on the wall.
You got TV on the wall right now. It's flat as
I wish it looked like a Zenith Woody.
No shit. So anywho, it's got a lot of that. And I'm watching this movie and just the whole like ship design, the interior of the spaceship, it has that whole vibe. It's very familiar to me, and I know that like Alien started it, and then maybe there was more before Alien. I might be wrong.
Well, there's definitely things that inspired Alien, too.
Sure.
We have to acknowledge, like, like space vampires, and like there's that whole genre from the 50s.
Right.
And I mean, that's Alien was like, we're going to do that, only make it scary, right? And like well made. Anyway, go ahead.
So I've been playing a lot of Metroid Prime on the Nintendo Switch. And in Metroid Prime, I mean, it's totally rips off Alien. I mean, one of the main bad guys' name is Ridley, you know, like Ridley Scott, like, and he looks like an alien. But anywho, so I've been playing that, and like this movie, it looks like fucking Metroid. It looks like you're playing Metroid Prime.
But Metroid hadn't come out yet.
Exactly. Metroid ripped this shit off. You know what I mean? I'm saying, like, Event Horizon, Sunshine, Metroid, they all, and granted, they
Event
probably
Horizon definitely has seen this movie.
Oh, yeah. This movie definitely inspired Event Horizon, hands down, and Sunshine. It has that whole fucking vibe to it.
Fantastic fucking movies.
Great movies.
For different reasons as to why Galaxy of Terror is a fantastic movie. Yeah, I agree with you. But what's interesting is the premise of Galaxy of Terror is a rescue mission. And they come across a big hive pyramid.
It's a giant, veiny space pyramid on this planet. So let's talk about the crew. The crew of this ship.
Can I just say real quick?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Can I just say real quick?
Yeah, I cut you off. My bad.
You know who else saw Galaxy of Terror? James Cameron.
Yeah, he did. So the meet the crew. The crew of the ship. We've got the captain.
Oh, the captain.
The captain's a lady. She's Captain Shellshock. She was in some great space disaster war that is heavily alluded to throughout the course of the film. I will say there is zero payoff to her story, but they really hint at her being a damaged individual.
Really interesting point, because not all, but a lot of the characters for a movie like this are way more developed than they deserve to be, or not that they deserve to be, that you would expect.
Right. And then some characters are just...
And some characters are like, I don't know who this is.
Not
why
developed
they're doing
at all.
anything.
Right, right.
But the point is, even with the very developed, where they put some effort into the backstories of the characters, they still don't really fucking do anything with it. Like, it never comes back around.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, you're right.
They're just like, here's a character.
Here's a character. We're going to develop a little character.
Fuck it, let's go.
Fuck it, let's go. So Grace Zabriskie plays this captain. You might remember her from various David Lynch projects, such as The Mother on Twin Peaks, the wife of Ray Weiss, Palmer. You might remember her from Wild at Heart as one of the weird voodoo people when they shoot Harry Dean Stanton in the face. Great actress. Love me some Grace Zabriskie. And she was like...
Bobby Peru.
She was young in this, but they olded her up. Like, you could tell that her hair was whitened and they elded her up.
It really did look like old age makeup you'd see in like a high school play.
Right. Love Grace Zabriskie. Then we've got, like, I guess the second in command, who's the guy who's in charge of the project, who's like an old guy.
But she doesn't know him for some reason.
Right.
She's like, who are you? She's like, I'm the commander.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm the captain. I'm just like, I don't know what's happening in this movie.
This is some old guy who's like afraid of being old.
Yeah, he's afraid of being old, I guess, or he's insecure about being old.
Because everybody's giving him shit about being the old man.
I can't wait to be the old man.
You're already there, Bobby.
Fuck yeah.
You're older than me, and I got you by 5 years. So then we got some blonde surfer dude who really doesn't, I don't even know who he is. He didn't match much.
Blonde surfer guy.
Yeah, he dies real quick. He's the first death. And then you got the mustache guy. Mustache man and his not so attractive girlfriend.
Yeah, he's kind of got a Tom Atkins meets, what's the guy from Summer School? What's that guy's name?
Mark Harmon.
Yeah, Tom Atkins meets Mark Harmon kind of thing going on.
You know what though, dude? If this movie had Tom Atkins, oof.
Okay.
Oof. But Tom Atkins was too big a deal in 1981.
Yeah,
now
they wouldn't. Yeah, they can't afford Tom Atkins for this movie.
Now the great thing, though,
he was doing Night of the Creeps that year.
Exactly. What was that? 81?
No,
The Fog was 81.
86, 87.
He was doing The Fog this year.
Yeah, he's in The Fog. Great movie.
Great movie.
Not slow at all.
So the other couple cast members in this that I want to mention next were before their prime as big to dos. We have Robert Englund and we have Sid Haig. So we have Captain Spaulding and Freddy Krueger in the same movie. And they're not just bit parts. They're like main characters. Now, granted, Sid Haig is he's like the karate fighter. He has crystal ninja stars, and he doesn't say much. He has like 2 lines, but he's still got a lot of face time. He does act his ass off with his face and his movements.
And to Robert Englund's credit, don't like I love Freddy Krueger, and I can't imagine anyone and no one ever else should play that character.
Yeah.
But Freddy Krueger. But I feel like again, this is to his credit. He is worthy of roles beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good fucking actor.
He's a good actor.
Robert Englund.
He's a good actor.
But he just rode that Freddy train, and I can't blame him for that, and that's great, and I'm happy for his success. I'm just saying, like, he could hang in like a real drama.
He could. He really could. Robert Englund, he has a lot in this movie. He has a lot of lines.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the characters that has some plot development to him,
976 Evil?
He was in 976 Evil?
He directed it.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I remember we talked about that before, didn't we? Good on you, Robert Englund. Okay.
I love Robert Englund, is all I'm trying to say.
So who else we got? We got
Sid Haig.
We got Sid Haig. He was before his Captain Spaulding.
You got the guy we thought was the not Worf from
Oh yeah. Zalman King. So
I was calling him Skeeter.
Skeeter from Star Trek, the Deep Space, whatever your fucking mother is. It has that alien dude,
but it's not him.
But here's the thing. So this character is played by Zalman King, and I'm like, what the fuck do I know that name from?
Mm-hmm.
So I Google Zalman King, and he was the dude that made the Red Shoe Diary show that I used to off to as a 12-year-old on Showtime.
Yeah, this is not for everyone.
It's not for everyone. But no, he made like softcore erotica all throughout the 90s. He was like a quote-unquote big deal erotica director. Like he made Wild Orchid with Mickey Rourke.
That is a killer career path.
Hell yeah.
Because you like those directors, like Andy Sedaris, or who's the guy that did we've covered so many of his movies, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers guy. I can't think of his name right now. That's a good fucking level of fame and success in Hollywood, as far as I'm concerned. Is, regular work is what I'm talking about here.
Regular
fucking work, and you get to work around nice looking female broads.
Yeah, I mean it's a great gig Zalman King had there. So he's in it. I didn't even know he was an actor until I saw him. I'm like, wow, he looks like that dude from Star Trek, Deep Space Your Mother. And then lastly we have the girlfriend of the mustache guy.
Not the blonde girl.
She's not the blonde girl, Miss.
No, everyone calm down.
Taffy O'Connell.
Taffy O'Connell's her real name.
Oh, Taffy.
Here's Hollywood stage name.
Taffy O'Connell in space. She's a beautiful blonde Amazonian Nordic-looking woman. She looks like a Valkyrie, and she's like, I guess it's real sweaty in space because she's just glistening this whole movie. I swear, she's got a glister. She's sparkling so much she shines.
There are two paths in the options of being named Taffy. Mm-hmm. One of which is a hot blonde lady, from Roger that stars in Roger Corman movies.
Has sex with
and
worms.
the other is a gal that works at Target. Taffy. I'm gonna go see Taffy and buy some drapes.
She sounds like the lady that works at Shoney's.
Oh God, fucking you got to bring up Shoney's right now,
dude. I would totally down for some Shoney's style.
I don't think it
steak.
exists anymore.
It might. I mean, it exists in our minds, Bobby. It exists in our hearts.
Look up. Are there still Shoney's out there?
Hold on.
For people that don't know, Shoney's was kind of I guess it was a Southern thing. It was a Southern kind of breakfasty spot.
It's like an IHOP.
No, but they had like a buffet and stuff.
Dude.
It was like it's like a hangover spot, but we went there when we were children, so we weren't hungover. We were just stoked to eat.
Shoney's still exists. So I remember at my grandparents' house, they had like plastic coffee mugs from Shoney's. Yeah.
We got to get one of those. Where's the closest Shoney's?
Let me see.
Breakfast at Shoney's.
Shoney's, Texas. We're in Texas, folks, and we're hungry for some Shoney's. Find a Shoney's near you. Okay.
I had no idea it still existed. I'm glad it does, though.
Would like to use your location. Sure, use my location, Shoney's. You can track me. I don't care.
I will let Shoney's track me.
That's fine. I'm totally fine with that. Search. No Shoney's is within 15 miles.
Well, we knew that.
Dude, there's none in Texas.
I couldn't smell it, so I knew it wasn't within 15 miles.
Look at the map.
Why did they bring Shoney's away from us?
It's in Oklahoma. It's in Arkansas. It's Louisiana. No Shoney's in Texas.
All right. Well, we're going to do a
road trip.
We're going to do a not for everyone first meetup
at Shoney's.
At Shoney's in Fort Lauderdale.
Or Oklahoma City.
Something like that.
One of the two. So anywho, I don't know why.
It'll just be a breakfast from 8 to 10:30, and then that's it. We go our separate ways.
I think we were talking about Taffy O'Connell.
Oh yeah, Taffy O'Connell is someone that works at Shoney's, but she went on to work at Shoney's after starring in Galaxy of Terror.
She's just so shiny and she looks so slick.
She's kind of got a like slender Danny Ash thing going on.
I don't know who that is.
She's a porn star. I figured if anyone knew who Danny Ash was.
I don't know names.
Okay. Moving along. Who else do we got?
Then we got last actor in the movie, Mr. Ray Walston, a gentleman who I frequently confuse with George Wilson. It's not George Wilson. Is George Wilson, am I saying that guy's name right?
I don't know. George Williams? John Williams?
No, George.
The composer?
From the Burbs, bro.
His name's not George Wilson. You're thinking of Tom Hanks.
No, the little guy, the Klopek.
Art's got a gun.
The Klopek.
Oh, that guy. Klopek. What is that? Slavic?
Yeah.
No.
Henry Gibson. So I always mistake Ray Watson for Henry Gibson.
Wait, is he the doctor in The Burbs? The main doctor guy? Or is he the...
He's the neighbor.
There's three neighbors. There's Children of the Corn guy.
Yes.
What's his name?
Children of the Corn guy's brother.
I've met him. I can't think of his name right now. And then there's... No. Children of the Corn guy
Corey
is the son.
Corey something.
No, it's not Corey something, you fucking moron.
Oh my God. Why are we fighting over this dumb shit?
Okay, which one is this guy you're talking about that you're confused with the guy from the movie we watched?
Henry Gibson, bro.
Which one was he in The Burbs?
He was the main neighbor. The main creepy...
The doctor.
Yes,
My brother, the doctor.
The creepy doctor.
That guy had like a Barbara Walters thing. He's like, the doctor.
But it's not that guy.
God damn, The Burbs fucking rules.
It rules, right? Joe Dante, bro.
That is a rewatchable movie if there ever was one.
You should watch The Fantastic Mr. Fox just once.
The Doctor.
So Ray Walston, who is not Henry Gibson, you might remember from The Sting or Fast Times at Ridgemont High. He was the old guy.
Yeah, Mr. Hand.
He was in Popeye. Yeah, that guy.
The Stand miniseries.
Was he?
Yeah.
So he's all over the place in the movies back in the 80s and 90s. I only remember he was in The Stand. I only remember him being old. I don't ever remember seeing that man.
It's Mr.
young.
Hand.
Okay.
Mr. Hand.
From Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I got it.
Learned about Cuba.
He was in Popcorn. He was in Popcorn.
Of course.
We love Popcorn.
Who?
We fucking love Popcorn.
Yeah.
So anywho, that's the cast. So they go to this planet. They go out into a space pyramid, and because their rescue mission in this, the ones got killed by the ghost alien zombies, and so they go in the spaceship, and they have a bad habit, this crew, of just leaving somebody behind. They always leave somebody behind. There's no cohesion to the group. They don't be like, hey, weird surfer dude, like, come with us. Like, no, he hangs back and gets decapitated by a bug.
Sure.
And they're like, oh shit, well, let's move along.
That guy does get killed very quickly.
Very quickly.
Well, keep in mind, too, this is after the glowy face man told them all to go rescue these people.
Well, the glowy face man only told the old man commander, right?
Right.
That they need to go there. And the crew's just like, okay, we're going to go. But they all go and they're exploring this giant, veiny, pyramid-shaped alien spacecock. And they have like headlight backpacks on.
Yes.
And I think this is the coolest like prop that I've seen in a movie.
Adam was... I mean, I'm not saying it's not cool, but like Adam was surprisingly thrilled with the backpacks with headlights on them.
Dude, so imagine a backpack that hangs over your shoulders, and over your shoulders is lights that are shining forward.
It makes the most sense.
It does.
Versus a stupid little headband with a flashlight. That's dumb.
Right.
What are you going to go crawl through some caves, you fucking moron?
Exactly. I need a backpack that has headlights on it. And so when we watched the movie first, like a month ago, I was like, holy shit, those are badass. And we watched it again, and I totally forgot. And I fell right back in love.
You love.
Right back in love. I think out of any movie I've ever seen where there's like a prop that I want a headlight backpack from Galaxy of Terror.
I feel like they had something like that in Little Monsters.
Nah, it was half-assed. It was bullshit.
It was like
some kid fucking glued it together.
It was like a vest with a flashlight.
It was like Fred Savage made it with an alarm clock and bubble gum or some shit because he was fucking MacGyver in that movie. I don't want that shit. I want a Roger Corman original headlight backpack.
I hear you. I like a headlight backpack.
So they're going in the space pyramid. So needless to say, what's going to happen in this film is all these characters are going to start getting picked off one by one. It's a slasher movie.
It is a slasher.
You mentioned that. It's like a slasher movie. And they all die very creatively. And you even mentioned, wow, this is like Dream Warrior shit.
Yeah.
Because what's happening is these people's worst fears are what's coming alive and killing them.
I mean, is it though?
They say that later on.
Because, I mean, I don't... Here's the thing with this movie. Might as well bring it up now. It's Roger Corman. It's fun schlock nonsense. It's great sci-fi fun schlock nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
But all that said, I feel even dumber because I don't understand what it's trying to say or what it's getting at here.
Let me go over the overlying theme.
Okay.
In a nutshell, okay? It's a space movie in the future.
Yeah, got
and
that.
they go to this alien planet, and there's a pyramid of pain there.
Yeah, we know. Go ahead, keep going.
So,
don't look at me like
what this alien pyramid of pain's doing is it's projecting the worst fears of these characters. It's like a crucible. It's like a furnace. It's like a forge that's pounding the steel into the heatness to become a better blade.
But I know that's the plot. But when do we learn this, and how do the kills even communicate?
I'm glad that you asked that question, Bobby, because we're gonna play a little game.
Okay.
We're going over the kills in this movie, and we're gonna uncover the deep-seated fears of each character.
Okay.
Now, the first guy, the surfer dude, yeah, it's great, right? The surfer dude from Apocalypse Now, he dies from a giant bug. Very common phobia.
Very common. No.
Bugs. I'm scared of bugs.
But even if that's the case, when do they explain that he's afraid of bugs?
They don't. We're having to uncover this ourselves, Bobby.
Yeah, this is
we're
my point.
Taking the limited information that we're given. Right. It's like religion. We're taking the limited information we're given, and we're making cohesive answers out of it.
Not only is there no clear exposition to explain what these people's fears are, the ways in which they get killed are nobody's real fears.
We don't know that. So the first guy,
no one's afraid of bugs.
Yeah, they are. All sorts of people.
Not a surfer. There's like June bugs and shit out there in the water.
We don't know his backstory, Bobby.
All right.
We're just gonna
maybe his dad put him in a fucking coffin and covered it in bugs.
Right. He got killed by bugs.
It would have been nice to see that in the movie.
That would have been cool. They do one up that though. So let's just say this guy's afraid of bugs. I can see that. So next guy that dies,
really giving it the benefit of the doubt,
is one of the characters they've actually done some plot development. This is Commander Old Man What's His Fuck, right?
Yeah. This is the one I don't get the death, but go ahead.
Right. So he's afraid of getting old. Mm-hmm. So he's crawling around and he climbs down this what is it? What would you call that?
It's like a space mountain.
They're on the space. What would you call the hole, the crevasse that he climbs down? It's like
crevice.
There's like a crevice that he climbs down. And there's all these
space crevice
holes in the wall. And then these like tentacles, like slurping tentacles come out. Your hand's raised, Bobby. What's up?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So his fear is his insecurity in being the old man Winter on the ship.
Yeah.
So the way he dies, because fears apparently kill people in this.
It's their fears. That plot point comes up at the very end of the movie.
Slimy tentacle represents his old age.
Yeah. So let's think it out. Right.
All right.
Maybe what those tentacles represented were his sagging, knee-dropping old man balls.
Okay.
Because they did kind of look like old man balls.
Okay.
So they could have been just like ball tentacles.
I'm with you.
Coming out. That's the only logical thing I can think about it.
Because, again, for whatever reason, people seem to think fears kill these people. We're just trying to make this...
They say that at the end.
Okay.
The grand... Let me just spoil it, okay? Because
no. Let's go through all the kills.
Okay.
This is a great way to travel through the movie.
Okay, because that's really the whole movie. So next we have Sid Haig. So Sid Haig's character, he's the martial arts master. Mm-hmm. And he has these two...
Is he a martial arts master, or is he just someone that's good at throwing little crystal stars?
He's got these two badass like ninja stars made out of crystal. Now, the only line that Sid Haig has in this movie, other than exclamatory grunts and facial expressions, he says, "I live and I die by the crystals." So what happens is when they're getting into the space pyramid, there's a stone door closing, and he throws his two crystal blades to stop the stone door, and he never pulls them out, and so the stone door breaks his crystal blades. Mm-hmm. He's very, very upset about this.
Right.
So then he's freaking out like, Newman style from Seinfeld, and he goes outside, I don't know, Maybe Newman from Jurassic Park. Who cares?
Dennis Nedry.
He goes outside and he sees the crystals, and the crystals reform. And he's like, Crystal, you're back. I love you. But the crystal jams into his arm, just right under the skin of the forearm.
And it shows all this.
And it shows all this. And it breaks off. And then there's an amazing scene of this giant, jagged arrowhead blade of this crystal ninja star just digging its way into Sid Haig's forearm.
And then
he cuts his own arm off.
with his fist.
With his fist. He just like punches his fucking arm off of his arm.
So he's afraid of the love for his crystal stars?
Yes. This one makes perfect sense.
He didn't want what loved him. You don't want your God to murder you.
You don't, unless you're like Mayan.
No, I mean like specifically, like, well, no, that's about sacrifice. But like the thing that you hold the most dear, you do not want to see that lodge itself into your veins and then force yourself to chop your own arm off with your sweet Sieghaid fist.
Yeah, he fist chops his own fucking arm off, and then the blade penetrates his chest, killing him.
He's a real fister.
So this was his love for the blades, and his fear was the blades turning against the crystals, because he calls them the crystals. The crystals turning against him. Perfect sense, this one.
Yeah,
perfect sense.
Totally makes sense.
So next we have who do we got next?
We got
Captain. Oh, Captain Shell Shock.
Oh yeah, this is a great scene.
This is a great scene. So she alludes to like this whole attack that she survived. She was the sole survivor or some shit, right? And so then she's like firing the cannons out into nothing on the planet's surface because she sees a giant alien there that's not really there. And then she runs outside to do something, and for some reason it doesn't really explain this at all.
No.
At all.
Internal human combustion.
She just spontaneously combusts.
Yeah.
She just catches on fire. This is amazing.
And this is shown
scene.
through like a screen in the spaceship.
So bad.
It's like security footage of a woman catching fire.
And
they'd show that on Fox in the 90s.
Yeah. The thing is about this movie, the kills are also great. I mean, they're really good.
They don't have to make sense.
No.
But we do get a little more payoff with that kill when Robert Englund starts freaking out.
Yeah.
And opens the hatch. There's a lot of like space corridors and tubes.
Metroid tubes.
And you know the hoses that like the alien hides in. There's a lot of that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So there's a point where Robert Englund's freaking out for whatever reason. He opens a hatch and you see like a bloody skull of that
bloody burnt skeleton.
And it's just like, why not? Fuck it, let's go.
Well, he wasn't freaking out for no reason. He just saw the captain get caught on fire.
Yeah.
And he was looking for her.
And then he finds her.
And it's
not to his
enjoyment. Not to his enjoyment. So next we have we're not going to go in order on these. I'm going to save the best for last. But next we have Zalman King, the pornographer, right? And he's a real asshole throughout this movie.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah, he's the guy that's like, I've got the gun that shoots the corpses and burns them into nothing. Yeah, for some reason they're just like burning all the corpses to nothing immediately.
I mean, they're infected with something.
But they never explain any of that.
They don't explain anything in this movie. That's my point.
You're right. Okay. So he's the trigger happy asshole. So he's another one that gets left behind. And there's like a whole scene where they're walking through the giant space pyramid. And they're on like a thin rail. Like the kind, like a catwalk that you'd find in like a Metroid video game. You're walking across.
Yes.
And then you see these alien hands crawling underneath the ledge below.
I love it.
And then like a brood. Like you ever see the X-Men, like the alien broods that look like a ripoff of Alien?
Yeah. Not David Cronenberg's the brood.
No. The X-Men, the brood. And one of those motherfuckers grabs him. And then there's this whole scene where he's like fighting it and it just rips his belly open.
Yeah, this was a moment in the movie where I was kind of
you
like,
explain it.
Well, no, like the scene, the like catwalk that they're on in this weird matte painting, like dark corridor with windows. It's a really cool looking.
It really is.
It really is. I'm just like, damn, like they fucking like this movie has a lot of effort into it from a visual standpoint as much as they could. Not so much from a storytelling, character development standpoint, but whatever.
They were a little lax.
But my point is
on
that scene was when I was like, damn, this is really like a lot of talent here. But then it juxtaposes with like when they show the shot of like the like kind of flimsy rubber tentacle claw.
Yeah.
attacking him. I'm just like, well, there goes that magic. I'm just like, but I love it still. You know what I mean?
Did that turn it off for you a little bit?
It didn't turn it off. It was just like I was brought down a notch because I was giving this movie a lot of credit at that point.
Right.
And then it shows me that I'm like, oh yeah, this is a Roger Corman movie.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, even with that being said,
it's not a complaint.
The love that was put into that giant brood monster that they made, it looks so fucking cool. And sure, it's got a rubbery 1981 alien arm. I mean, okay, when you look at like...
I'd rather that than CGI.
No, for sure. I mean, when you look at that compared to the Xenomorph from Alien, like...
That's all budget, though.
It's all budget for sure. But
I bet if you gave this crew the budget for Alien, they'd make a kick-ass version of Galaxy of Terror. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, so what was I talking about?
We're talking about the kills.
The brood guy gets that dude. Zalman King, he falls off a cliff after getting his guts ripped open by an X-Men villain. And then we've got, who else we got? Oh, we got Mustache Man's girlfriend. And Mustache Man's girlfriend, she's just like generally afraid. It doesn't really explain.
See, this is my point.
This one doesn't.
None of this makes sense.
This one's a little bit of a stretch.
I don't know.
Yeah, and it never like really made any sense.
Well, Adam, I got to ask you a question. How does she die?
So she gets like, she's crawling through a tube that you would find in a water park, like a water slide.
Yeah.
But then these wires, like garden hoses, come out of the walls and start like wrapping around her and like just severing her limbs. Like legs, chest getting cut in half. And then her face just explodes.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
What is her fear?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, yeah, that doesn't make sense.
I think she was afraid of bondage, S&M sex.
She was afraid of like being... restricted.
Yeah. She was afraid of garden hoses, gardening. Maybe she had like a gardening incident as a child.
Yeah. It would be nice if they explained it, but okay.
It doesn't really make sense.
It's a fun kill. It's a pretty good kill. Not my favorite, not the worst, though.
Not the worst, not the best. So what else we got? Next we have, I think, Robert Englund. He fights himself. It's like good Robert Englund versus bad Robert Englund. But good Robert Englund actually wins.
And we'll come back to that in a second.
But the creme de la creme of this movie, probably the scene that put this film on the map. And if you've seen Galaxy of Terror, you're thinking about this scene. It's when our lovely, shiny, slick, oily Valkyrie goddess, Taffy O'Connell, who is terrified of worms, they make a mention of. She is assaulted.
Got a load of Taffy O'Connell.
She's assaulted sexually by a giant space worm.
To death.
She gets raped to death by a giant alien space worm.
And I'm not trying to shine light on rape. I'm saying Roger Corman's movie, Galaxy of Terror, certainly makes it seem comically still not endorsing.
I mean, listen, it's a space.
It's like, wow.
I mean, listen, okay, it was 1981. Evil Dead came out in 81, right? Trees raped a girl in that.
Yeah.
You could do that in the 80s. Nowadays, it's like you'd have to have a disclaimer before the fucking movie.
Right.
Down here, alien space worm is all consensual, whatever. Anywho.
But they said, fuck it, let's go.
Fuck it, let's go. And, okay, so here's an interesting little backstory. They're doing this movie, and Corman was like, nope, we need to change up that scene because the scene wasn't originally a giant rapey space worm. Let me see, what was the original scene? It's written down somewhere. So he made some adjustments to the script, and he came back to the director, and he came back to Taffy, and he's like, yo, this is what we're doing now. And they hated the idea. They were against it. They didn't like it. Well, Roger Corman made sure it happened.
As one Roger Corman would do.
Years later, the director's like, I was really upset and not wanting to film that scene that way. And the reason that movie was successful was because of that scene. He's like, Roger Corman was right.
I mean, it is that scene that if anyone has never seen Galaxy of Terror, but like it's what people talk. It's a thing that people talk about.
I'll put it like this. If you want to like watch the video of that scene, you can find it on porn sites.
Wow.
It's on like Pornhub is the scene here. And it's full, it's not full frontal, but there's some great greasy taffy tits. Oh my God, she is all worm slimed up. If I had seen this when I was 12 years old, I would have the weirdest worm fetish. So anywho, it's a fantastic scene. This is like cinematic history. They had to edit it to get un-X rated.
Did we watch the original cut?
Yeah.
Or the edited cut?
I think the edited cut's the only one that was ever released. I don't think
shit.
but it was only a couple seconds.
So it was like more graphic and uncomfortable than what we saw?
Yeah, just a little
wow,
bit.
okay.
Yeah. So that's really the coup de grace of this movie is that scene of space alien worm rape to death.
Yeah.
To death. They just find her later and she's just a greasy, naked.
It's like the Ramones of tentacle porn.
Yeah. So those are the deaths. Robert Englund fights himself, but he doesn't die. They don't show him not die, but he doesn't die. So as it turns out, Mr. Hand from Ridgemont High, he is the mastermind.
Here comes spoilers.
Behind the whole thing.
There it is.
He's the master. He's the glowy red orb face from the planet.
He is the cook. He is the bishop.
He is Bishop from Alien 1 in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
What was Ian Holmes' name?
Bishop.
No, that was Lance Henriksen.
What was Ian Holmes' name?
The fuck was Ian Holmes' name?
Ralph.
Yes.
Ralph the cyborg.
Ralphie Borg. Now they didn't tell anybody that Ralphie Borg was a Borg.
What is Ian Holmes' name in that movie? I've seen it like 1,000,000 times.
I know. I'm mad at myself. Ash. It was Ash.
Oh, no. What's his last name?
Ian Holm.
No, that's his real name.
It was just Ash.
All right. That's weird.
It was Kenny Ash. Kenny. I think his first name was Kenny.
This feels like a Mandela effect.
Kenny Ash.
I think his name was Bishop.
Bishop was Lance Henriksen in Aliens.
Okay.
Fucking
The
Christ.
point is...
The point is that the
Mr.
cook,
Hand is Bishop.
He's Bishop. He's Ash.
Okay.
He's the bad guy. He's the glowy face guy. And so the only guy who goes up there is Mustache Man because Robert Englund's like, fuck that. I'm not going in a room with that bastard.
Yeah, let's talk about that. What happened to Robert Englund?
That's what it never says.
He just defeated his monsters.
He fought himself and was like, oh, this is just me fighting myself.
He's just chilling on the ship somewhere?
Nah, he was chilling at the floor of the stairs in the space pyramid.
Why not?
Right. So then there's the whole like...
He beat the game.
Yeah, and so then like the Mustache Man fights all the monsters from the movie, including zombie versions of everyone. Now there's some great things in this zombie fight.
Mm-hmm.
For one, Taffy O'Connell has the shiniest breasts as she's covered in
We've
worm.
heard about Taffy O'Connell's
Jism.
bosom.
And then we
tonight.
also have one-armed Sid Haig doing a ninja fight.
But you can see his arm is just behind his back.
You can see his arm behind his back.
If this was a visual podcast, I would play that clip right now. But you're just going to have to use your imagination.
It's so good. They spared no expense in this movie. But as it turns out, the whole space pyramid was a toy from an ancient alien civilization that the alien children would use to overcome their fears, and that's how redheaded stepchild became the master. And now
We need more. We need something like that.
They need to remake this movie Prometheus style.
No, we need to leave it the way it is, but we need some sort of
I want Ridley Scott and
astral
James
projecting
Cameron.
hologram pyramid for children to face their fears in.
Yeah. And they just kill you if you don't do it right.
We need to toughen these fucking kids up. All right.
This Gen Z's got to go. War.
Adam.
Space pyramid war.
Again, here's the thing with Roger Corman's Galaxy of Terror. All these things, I don't understand what it was trying to say, or if it was even trying to say anything,
Sure.
or how this has to do with these people's fears. But nonetheless, I love Galaxy.
I love it. I give it 2 thumbs up. 3 thumbs up. The 3rd thumb is my cock.
Wow.
That's all for you, Taffy.
Oh. Okay.
And that worm too.
So I guess we
Space
both
worm.
recommend it. It was a great request from Patrick.
Yeah, this is one of those killers that I didn't even know existed. I mean, I knew existed. I'm lying. I had seen the space worm sex scene before.
Let's just say that
on a
the
porn
cover
site.
of it looks nothing like the movie.
Yeah, the cover doesn't really do it justice.
But the cover's great.
It's great.
I love art like that.
I would say 3 thumbs up for Galaxy of Terror.
3 thumbs up. That's 2 thumbs and a cock.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, thanks for that recommendation, and we got more audience recommendations coming down the pike.
They're on the way, y'all.
This has been the Not For Everyone podcast. You can follow us. Just follow us we're on Instagram and Twitter at Not For Everyone Podcast or something. I think
it's NFE or some shit. I don't know.
NFE Podcast on Twitter. Just search it if you want to follow us on Twitter. I don't do anything with it though. Instagram's where to find us.
That's where it's at, y'all.
Fox and Sons Coffee. Make sure you get yourself a big fat sack.
Fat sack of Fox and Sons right in your mouth. Boil it first. Boiled coffee.
FoxInSons.com, promo code NFE. There's there's still a sale going on some way or another.
Dude, you should
It's
buy
seriously
it.
like good coffee. Adam's on it hardcore now. So.
Oh, I drink a nice big fat cup a day, sometimes 2.
Big fat cock of Fox and Sons coffee.
No, Bobby, nobody said that. Look at that poster for Galaxy of Terror. It's got the brood face. I'd get that
extra.
tattoo. Yeah, it looks like extra. So yeah, follow Bobby on follow the podcast on that thing. Follow me on that thing too, or don't. I don't give a shit. But the point is,
We never know how to end these things.
right? Yeah, watch Galaxy of Terror. Goddammit! All right, it's great.
More great content coming up.
Hot, fresh, new content.
After these messages.
We'll be back next time.
We'll be right back.